minutes, she says.
First of all, Lindsey Buckingham is an idiot.
Sure.
Yes.
And a turd, probably.
Yes.
Idiot and a turd.
He's
a double combo.
This song is about him and their breakup. What a fool he is. However, it is interesting to me that Stevie Nicks says, I took the song to the band after I wrote it, and they went, I don't think so. I don't. But she kind of kept at it and said, come on, please, let's try it. And they started to like it better, like it more. And what's his name? He did a lot of the arrangement of the song and the harmonies, and Lindsey Buckingham is sort of responsible for really shaping that song a lot. And I think, how can you do that?
This is the answer song that he wrote.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just fine, Stevie. Just go your own way. Go ahead. I could give a rat's ass about you, but I'm just so.
He's a fool.
I'm so.
The chain?
Yeah.
She's like a witch, you know. She's. Everybody in the band was having relationship problems at that time, apparently.
Well, Rumors is still one of the best-selling albums for anybody of all time.
Yeah, and and there isn't a bad song on it.
Listen to the wind blow, watch the sun rise. Run in the shadows, damn your love, damn your life.
So good.
Says a critic says Dreams is a subdued and subtle song, especially when you compare it to Go Your Own Way,
Yeah.
Well,
which is just a.
I have to write things. Let me write obvious things. I'm a rock critic.
No, I think that's a good. It's just a good slam on Go Your Own Way, I think.
Well, Your Own Way's a fine song.
Not when compared to Dreams.
Listen to the wind blow, down comes the night.
Yep, everything good on that record. Everything. I just. They were now. Are they still doing stuff?
No, they're
No.
So once
They
Christine
finally-
McVie
Oh, she died.
died, so a couple things. Lindsey Buckingham was being an ass, like
real.
he is.
Yeah.
And they kicked him out.
Right.
And then Christine McVie died, and then they went, you know what? I think we're done.
We're good. And Stevie was like, yeah, I'll be fine.
Yeah. She's still doing stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, she's out there, and people love her shows.
Yeah. But this is one of those.
Didn't she live in Salt Lake for a while?
Yeah, she went to Judge Memorial and East High for a minute.
For a quick minute.
Born in Phoenix. Her father was the vice president of the Greyhound Bus Company.
Wow.
So my superhero power I would like, as you know, is I would like to time travel to concerts, and I would like to have time traveled to the 70s to see Fleetwood Mac. No specific concert, just I would like to have seen them then.
So Stevie Nicks had a fairly long relationship with Lindsey Buckingham.
Yeah, well, they were together. So they wanted Lindsey to join Fleetwood Mac, and he said, "Well, can my girlfriend come along?" They were together.
As songwriters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Well, all right, sure.
So-
Well, she can come."
So here's her taste in men, though. Lindsey Buckingham, she was with him for 5 years or so. Dawn Henley, 1 year. And Joe Walsh, 3 years.
She never got over Joe Walsh,
Is that what she says?
is what I was told.
Oh, she said Joe Walsh was
Yeah.
the love of her life. And
Really?
Joe Walsh was interviewed about that, and he was like, "Oh, well,
Really?
Okay.
yeah."
I was?
He was like, he was so rude about it. Huh?
But that's Joe Walsh, though. He's, he's like, I
He's
don't
so
know.
rude about it.
I think he's less rude than he is dumb.
Oh,
really, I mean,
if
you
she
know,
says so, I
think-
don't know.
I think he's dumb.
I kind of don't remember that. She met Lindsey Buckingham in high school.
Yeah, they were.
Man.
They were like a duo. They'd play at like weddings and stuff,
And at prom,
and at prom,
and at graduation,
Yeah.
and assemblies,
Yes.
and stuff like
Stuff
that.
like that.
Yeah, at a stomp. They play at a
Maybe.
stomp.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. You want to go to the stomp and stand with your back on the wall? Just put your back up against the wall and not stomp on anything, not dance, and just watch the other people try to dance. That's what I like to do. Nobody would want to dance with me.
Bill, are you having a moment?
I was
Yeah.
going to say he was
Yeah, I'm sorry. It brought all the pain of high school right there.
in kind of a hole there.
No, I'm
It's,
kind of crying now. All right.
Muhammad had prom this weekend.
this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
How was that?
He loved it. He had a ball. He's up for anything. Jonesy, just say no to prom. Had
Good
no
for her.
use for prom.
Good for
Did
her.
not care about prom.
Good for her.
Muhammad is up for anything.
I never went to prom. I went to a senior girls prom. She was a senior.
It was
girl.
her prom.
Yeah, and she invited me to her prom. And I went to her prom, and then she proceeded to make fun of me the entire
Oh,
night
Bill!
to her friends. Look at his hair, isn't it so shaggy and long? He's like a little shaggy dog, isn't he? Get me out of
You
here.
wonder why Bill is the way he is.
Bitter, misogynistic.
You're not misogynist.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. And
Bitter. You're bitter. But
I'm
you're
bitter.
Not, you're not
I'm bitter.
misogynist.
And for some reason, I ended up liking women a lot, but
In spite of
in
all
spite
that?
of that, oh man,
You mean there was nothing we could do to make you gay?
no.
You read
They-
a lot of books, didn't you?
People
Didn't
tried.
you read a lot of books?
I read
And
lots of books.
How much money would it take for us to?
I just can't. I can't do it. It's like when we go to gay pride parade. As I've said, I look at all those guys in speedos, and I've said to my gay friends, I look at those guys in speedos, and I say, no, not for me. It's not for me.
Even though they're really.
Yeah.
I look and I go, I get it,
But I
Yeah,
won't.
but I can't.
This is how I know I'm not
You know?
gay. This does nothing for me. So, anyway, yeah, no, it's yeah. People tried to make me gay, though. They did. Didn't work.
Who?
I'm not naming names.
Mr. Rogers?
I'm not, I'm not going to name names.
I don't think they could have done it.
No.
Probably not.
No, 'cause
I'm sure
that's-
they couldn't.
Because that's not a thing.
That's not how it works. All right. Well, that was.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Okie doke. We take a break now. That's what we do. And we'll do some commercials here, and then we'll come back. And you can check in with us and tell us how people tried to make you gay. 877-602-9696. That's the number. 877-602-9696. You can also text us to check in if you'd like to do it that way. That number is 33986.
Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com. Dr. Hoops is going to try to make you see.
Yes, it is spring break time. All of the adventures of spring break, hiking and swimming and soaking up the sun. But what, glasses? You want to wear glasses?
No,
to
you
do all
don't.
that?
You
No,
don't want
you do not. You don't want contact lenses. Don't.
Especially.
Yeah, don't go swimming in your contact lenses.
Oh, there was that article
Yeah,
recently.
I
about
saw that.
Yeah.
With wave front LASIK at Hoops Vision, you can experience clear vision, enjoy every moment of the spring without worrying about pollen or dust or losing a contact lens on a hike. The advanced technology corrects nearsightedness, farsightedness, and astigmatism, and gives you 20/20 vision, or even better than 20/20. That's amazing. So right now you can save $800 off LASIK. That's $400 an eye. Please call Hoops and make your appointment now. This is a no obligation appointment. 877-30-LASIK. That's 877-30-LASIK. Or visit them online at Hoops. Montagna. You've been there, haven't you, Carrie? It's over here at the Hyatt Regency, the hotel.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
On the 6th floor.
Up on the 6th floor, yeah.
Yeah. They got those globes out on the deck.
That's where we dined last time we were there.
I think some people were actually, there was one
Out in the
group
globe.
out in the globe in the snow, which would have been really nice.
Out in the globe.
But it's a very nice restaurant, and the food is good, very good. Not cheap, but not horribly expensive. I mean, we went there for my child's birthday, turned 20 yesterday, and had a nice time. Just three of us, my wife and my child and me. And we were, eating, and I said to we went early, 5:30, because that's the best time. And there was almost nobody there. As a matter of fact, the musician was just coming and setting up. And I said to the host, please, we would like a table close to a window and far away from the musician.
Yes.
Not that you hate music,
No,
but
it's just that when you're trying
you
to
can't
talk,
talk, yeah.
sometimes. Now he wasn't playing really loud, I don't think anyway, but we were on the opposite end of the room, a really big room. So we're finishing up our dinner and with churros, of course,
yeah.
dipped in chocolate sauce.
Yeah.
And what was there? There was some kind of stuffing in the churros, some kind of, I forget what it was.
filling?
Yeah, filling. Anyway, everything was quite good. And some people came in, and as they walked past us, and they sat down at a table very close to us, and there were four of them. And I look over there, and you know who that is? I said to my wife, "That's Craig Worth."
Wait a minute.
From Channel 4, is he on 4 still?
No,
or is he on 2?
No, he's on 2.
He's on 2 now.
I don't think he's on
But
anything.
I don't think he's on anything.
Is he not on anything right now?
No, he's dead.
No.
Isn't he?
No.
No,
thought
I mean
he's
no.
still,
They've been rerunning his bits on Channel 2, and I thought he was dead.
No, and he still does stuff. I think I'm pretty sure he still does things. Can you check, Gina? I didn't look. But she said no. I saw them come in, and I thought. She said, I thought when they went by, I thought, that guy looks familiar, but that can't be Craig Worth. And I said, that's Craig Worth. And I said, just so she pretended to drop her napkin or something so she could turn around and look. And then she turned back around and went,
Was he?
yep, that's Craig Worth.
Was he worth watching?
He was,
He is on. All right, 6:21. Let's get this over with.
Okay. We want your check-ins. The guy just said you can call us 877-602-9696. That's the number. Call and check in with the Radio from Hell show. Do it right now. We like to hear from you in the morning on the phone. You can also text us if you like. 33986. Do we have a sponsor here, Gina?
Yeah, Alta Bank has stepped up to the plate.
Way to go, Alta Bank.
They have your back with hassle-free accounts featuring totally free checking, no minimums, no fees. Jump ahead first into your future by visiting altabank.com or your local branch today.
What we say to Alta Bank this morning, salute! Salute! The moon, 29.7% of full. The moon will set today at 2:11 p.m. Today being Monday, it's the 24th day, isn't it? Yeah, 24th day of March in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. It's Tick Bite Prevention Week.
I've had a tick.
Yes, I have too. I remember I was in, I think, like a fourth grade, when you had reading circle. Yeah, you go sit in a little circle on chairs and read. And I kept picking at something at the back of my neck, and I kept, what the hell is this? It was like a little bump, and I kept pulling, and finally I pull it out, and it was a bug. And I said to the teacher, look. She said, oh, my God, that's a tick. And you're lucky that you didn't leave its head still in there. That happens when you pull them out sometimes, is that the body breaks off from the head, and it continues to get infected and so forth. So I think I've had a tick a couple of times, but they're talking about Lyme disease here, which can be contracted through the bite of an infected black-legged tick. It's National Cheese Steak Day, National Chocolate-Covered Raisin Day, Cocktail Day, National Cocktail
Just
Day.
general cocktails?
Have a cocktail. And it's the International Day for Achievers, people who are innovators, people who make great achievements and innovations in their field. And this is an all-new edition of the Radio from Hell show. Radio from Hell, the official morning show of chocolate-covered raisins.
Yay.
Starring the Lords of Morning Radio. Yay, Kerry Jackson.
Love chocolate-covered raisins.
Yay, I'm Bill Allred. Yay, Gina Barberi right over there. Katie for short is our fine producer. Who do we have?
Allison.
Allison is here this morning helping out. And we also have the dog in there. Yeah, there he is, helping out by
He does
resting.
help.
He does.
It's
Well,
it's
he's
comforting having
emotional.
a dog around.
He's kind. I like looking at him.
Isn't it making you
I'm
calm?
not.
And
I'm not a great fan when he comes rushing up to me and starts licking my hand. I'm not really fond of that.
but
I like
from
his-
afar.
I like his two-tone dog collar.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Let's begin with Ian, then, shall we?
Hello, Ian in Orem. Hi, what's going on?
Norm.
Hey, you guys.
Hi,
Thanks for letting me listen.
it's our pleasure.
Hey, Gina, I got to say, you and I are kindred spirits.
How
I've
so?
always said that if I could go back in time, I would not change anything in history. I would just go to concerts.
Yep. I'm not going to kill Hitler. I don't have because then you get distracted. If you have the power to kill Hitler,
Yeah.
you're not going to any concerts.
Look, I can kill Hitler and go to concerts at this. I can walk and chew
Right?
gum.
I don't got time for that.
Too many concerts.
Be like, look, the Kinks are taking the stage here any moment. I'll
go kill
I'm going to
Hitler.
zip over there and kill Hitler and come
kill
back.
Hitler.
All right, thanks, Ian.
Exactly.
Ian.
Excellent point. Hey,
All right.
can you guys do me a favor?
What's that?
Play some more Bad Religion.
Okay.
All right, we'll see what we can do.
We can do that.
All right.
See you later.
Besides, if you got a time machine, you can hop wherever
but there's
you.
too many
you know,
horrible things. I get
You
distracted.
have time to kill Hitler.
Speaking of time machines, do you realize what that was? That was someone calling in to request a song. That's
That is a time
that's a
machine.
time machine.
Yep. All right, let's go to Travis.
Hey, Travis. Hi, Travis. Where are you calling from?
Bountiful.
Okay, what's up?
Hey, I just want to check in. I haven't talked to you guys in about 4 years.
Where you been?
I've been still battling cancer, and I'm doing great.
Oh,
That's good to hear.
That's good. You're 4 years of battling cancer.
Yep, I'm actually on my way to the Huntsman right now to do my chemo.
Huntsman
And I
is.
love listening to you guys in the morning while I
Thanks.
do my chemo.
That's a beautiful place up
It
there.
really is
I
a
was,
nice facility.
I was up there at the cancer hospital last week to take care of some cancer on my ear, and I'd never been in there before. It's just an amazing facility. Amazing.
They're amazing people. I love them very much.
Yeah.
Well,
keep at it.
Thanks for taking us with you. We'll keep you company.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. See ya.
thanks, Trav. All right, Alex is here.
Alex in Ogden. What's going on in Ogden today?
Oh, nothing. You know what's worse than ticks, right? Is chiggers.
Chiggers?
Chiggers.
What is I don't know what chigger.
What is a chigger?
What is a chigger?
Yeah.
It's a bug you get in the South, and they burrow in your skin. You want to scratch your skin off because they itch so bad.
Ooh.
Sounds like a super tick of some kind.
They just go
They're,
burrow.
they're not good.
They burrow just right under the surface of your skin, as I recall.
They do. And you have to put Vaseline on your legs to get rid of them.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
That's the answer? Vaseline on the legs.
Yeah,
huh?
it
Well,
smothers
Vaseline
them.
can cure
I like
anything.
old girlfriends. You have to, it's not really easy to get rid of them,
All right.
They sit there and itchy, bug you all day.
You know what's bad too? Last time I was in Florida and I was at the beach and I go into the house and my legs are covered with red welts, sand fleas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God,
Oh,
that was terrible.
that's terrible.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
All right, thanks, Alex.
Thanks,
All right.
Alex.
That's it. Bye.
Sugar update.
We're critters. We're talking critters.
Yep. Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in. Levi checking in from Coachella Valley. Love Fleetwood Mac. Are you going to talk about the big wooden balls that appear on their album covers? As far as I know, it's just that cover, Rumors, and I didn't notice it until someone pointed it out to me.
Big wooden balls. No, I don't know.
Mixer driver Shane checking in. Gina, the chicken fried steak and bacon were delicious.
Oh, I retweeted because Shane takes our Radio from Hell Diner style mug actually with him to diners and then
right.
takes pictures. It's on my Instagram story if you want to see it.
My wife weighing in. Sugars are why I can tolerate a lot of pain. I went blackberry picking in Missouri and had so many. Kilroy was here checking in from the most pleasant of groves. Fun fact about Fleetwood Mac. The band has never appeared on an album cover together. Bus driver Troy checking in.
So the big wooden balls, you know what they are?
They're the bolo balls.
No, they are lavatory pull chains.
Is that what they are?
Yes, that's what Mick Fleetwood said.
Oh, I thought they were supposed to be those, where you throw them and the balls wrap around the legs. And,
No, he says that they're lavatory pull chains.
All right. Mike in Nashville checking in, willing the show to continue.
Okay.
Ella the Nanny checking in. Love hearing some Fleetwood Mac in the morning. Rumors is a no-skip album for sure. She has it on vinyl. Caitlin and Knox checking in from the most eagle of mountains. Zane of Dallas. Wife is home.
Yay!
Oh, good.
Good.
Does Amy and Bill Frost dream about Mill Creek Coffee? Well, I don't know. Amy Donaldson will be here for sports just after 7. Bill Frost just after 8 to tell us what's on TV. Patrick checking in. Let's see. Kira checking in. I'm excited to start a new position at work today.
Good.
Good luck, Kira.
Moni from Taylorsville. Troy of Riverton. Dada Dave. Park worker Nathan checking in. My mother-in-law is getting a new hip today. Perry City listener checking in. Kids' recreational soccer season has begun. Good luck to all the parents getting everyone where they need all at once.
It's a chore, for sure.
It's tyranny. Let's see. Rye from Orem, Meshach of Erta, Johnny B., Tristan from West Jordan, Sierra, Ogden Oscar, Holly of West Jordan, Mikkel of Reno, Dan of Evanston, Batchman Justin, Dawson checking in. Everybody's here. Let's go. Metal Shop Mark. Let's begin.
Crash northbound Mountain View Corridor 118th South, blocking both lanes of travel. Traffic is using the left shoulder to get through the intersection and quickly backing toward 126 South. You're probably going to want to use an alternate to get around that. What are you getting around, or how are you getting around, or do you want to get around? You should. I get around, I get around. Text us 33986. Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more on employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll play a song for you. The song is an On This Day. It's one you've heard, but it's an On This Day song. So stick around for that. We got Big Boy News. Then Frank Christ presents The Dead Celebrity Game. Amy Donaldson with sports at 7. Boner of the Day. Lots of stuff coming up.
It must be a fluke that this silly game show somehow contributes to the success of the Radio from Hell show. Well, we don't know how it works, but thanks, Beat Gina. I'm Johnny Ola. Don't miss the next ABC Weekend Special. It's The Girl with ESP. Laura is just like all 13-year-olds, except she can see the future.
Oh.
Her father's a scientist, her mother is a novelist, her sister's a ballerina, and her brother's a genius. There's nothing special about Laura, though, until she discovers she's the girl with ESP.
Of course.
Don't miss it this weekend on ABC. And now, here he is, and it's no fluke at all, the game show world's best host ever. Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome, Kerry
Professional game show announcer.
That's me right there with Don Pardo.
Indeed. All right. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Katie, you'll be going against Doug today.
Hi,
Hello,
Doug.
Hi, how's it going?
Oh, it's fine,
Can you
Doug.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear
great.
us?
We can
Yes,
hear you.
I'm a longtime friend. I took photos of you guys about 15 years ago.
Oh.
I saw those. They were on the black market for a long time.
That's right.
All right, Doug. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game in that you will go first. Heads or tails, Doug?
Tails.
All right, coin toss app says heads, as you can
Oh.
see. Katie will go first. That puts you one step further away from winning those Bad Religion concert tickets. Maybe. We'll see, because the subject Katie knows nothing about, so
No.
you got that advantage.
I know very little. My husband likes to quiz me on this, and then I just start reading out names.
All right, so what we're going to do is the first question is for Katie, because she won the coin toss. She gets to answer the question on her own. If she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, Doug, I'll come to you, let you answer the question correctly, steal the point away. We'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. Now, if she does in fact beat you, what are you prepared to do in her name, in Katie's name?
I'm going to donate a bicycle to the Utah Bicycle Collective. They do good work there, and I've got just the bike for them.
All right, perfect. All right. Because it's Eddie Van Halen's birthday today, it's Van Halen and heavy metal trivia, not just Van Halen. So first question is for Katie. Here we go. Katie, what was the original name that Van Halen went by?
Lovely.
Was it 1, the Broken Combs, 2, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, 3, the Archies, or 4, the Dwellers?
I really, really, really want to say 2, just because that's really entertaining. You said 4 was the Dwellers?
The Dwellers?
We'll
Is
go
that-
with that.
That is incorrect.
Oh, a steal for Doug.
Okay.
Doug?
I thought it was Mammoth, but that's not on the list.
No. Before they were Mammoth, they were also known as.
Okay. Can I hear it one more time?
Is it 1, the Broken Combs, 2, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, or 3, the Archies?
I'm going King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Oh, we're going to be here a while.
No, sorry.
Okay, let's do better guessing.
It's 0-0.
The Broken Comb.
Oh,
Doug's turn.
Oh, okay.
I'm only as good as the internet
yeah,
gives me.
fair.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard is a fine jam band, and they're
They are.
in existence today.
All right, Doug, here is your question.
All right.
What was Van Halen's one and only number one hit? One and only number one hit. Was it 1, Hot for Teacher? Was it 2, Papyrus containing the spell to preserve its possessor against attacks from he who is in the water? Is it 3, Jump? Or 4, Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter?
It's probably Jump.
Jump is correct.
And there's a point for Doug. Congratulations.
All right. Katie,
Yes.
what city is referred to as the birthplace of heavy metal?
Okay.
These are all real cities. Birthplace of heavy metal was what? 1, Birmingham, England. 2, Wankers Corner, Oregon. 3, Gnawbone, Indiana. Or 4, Bristol, England.
A?
Birmingham is correct.
All right, that's 1-1. Now back to Doug.
Doug, heavy metal has been around since the late 60s into the early 70s. Who was one of the first original bands considered to be heavy metal? Is it 1, Cerebral Palsy, 2, Black Sabbath, 3, Diarrhea Planet, or 4, Deep Purple?
Oh, probably Deep Purple.
You'd think that.
Chance to steal, Katie.
I'm going to go with the only band I know on there, which is Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath is
I used to
correct.
have Black Sabbath volume number 4 Converse.
Well,
All right, it's 2-1. Katie's favor. Katie controls the question.
Okay.
Please win on this one. I mean, you could win on this one, Katie.
I'm trying. I'm trying my best here.
what does AC/DC stand for in accordance with how they came up with the name of the band?
The one band I do know.
Is it 1, Antichrist Devil Children? 2, Always Closing Direct Credit? 3, Alternating Current Direct Current? Or 4, Apple's Controlling Doctor's Cash Flow?
I do know this one. It is C.
Alternating current, direct current.
Yes, Katie wins the game. I'm sorry,
I can't
Doug.
believe this.
I can't believe it either. Congratulations, Katie.
Thanks.
All right. Hang on the line,
Thank
Doug.
you so much.
You're welcome,
Tell
Doug.
you how to get those tickets.
Will do.
Hang on.
Listen, I've got to go. It's the anniversary of Bill Wendell's death, and I'm going to have a little ceremony.
Oh, okay.
Bill, famous announcer.
Famous game show announcer, yes. Well, not on this day, but close enough, over the weekend. In 1993, Depeche Mode released their 8th studio album, Songs of Faith and Devotion, featuring I Feel You, Condemnation, In Your Room, and, of course, that song, Walking in My Shoes. All right, Steph, it's safe to come back. Big boy.
That was a warning?
She really hates Depeche Mode. We'll get to some big boy news right now. Then Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. Going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. Pick the dead one correctly. You will win.
Tickets to see Collective Soul with Live July 13th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
All right, Collective Soul tickets. All you got to do is play the game. Frank Christ presents. We'll play it right after the news. So line up. The sooner the better. 877-602-9696 is the number to call to play. Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. Big boy news now, brought to you by...
News making you feel like you need to flee the country? Travel Club 365 can help. From cruises and all-inclusives to bucket list adventures, your local travel pros can plan it all for every budget, all with no planning fees. Give Travel Club 365 a call or text 801-441-0102. That's 801-441-0102, travelclub365.com.
Tragedy. He was one of a kind, an original. He will indeed be missed by all of his kids named George. He claimed a world title in his 20s, and probably he regained a world title in his 40s.
Mm-hmm.
He then made millions selling the George Foreman grill. I had one for quite some time.
So did I.
It worked very well.
It did what it said it would do.
George Foreman, heavyweight boxing champion who returned to the sport to regain his title at the improbable age of 45 and who parlayed his fame and his amiable personality, which he developed later on, into a multi-million-dollar grill business. He died Friday night in Houston. He was 76. His family announced the death in a hospital on his Instagram account. His brother, Roy, said the cause was not known. When Foreman returned to the ring after 10 years away, there was skepticism that a fighter of his years could beat anybody younger, much less come back to the top of the game. But in 1994, he shocked the world by beating the hell out of Michael Moorer to reclaim the world title. Foreman's career spanned generations. He fought Chuck Wepner. Oh, yeah, the Bronx Bleeder, I think they called him, or something like that, in the 60s, Dwight Muhammad Quai in the 80s, and he fought Evander Holyfield in the 90s.
And he was just charming.
With his, he wasn't when he fought Muhammad Ali, though. It was the what was it, the Rumble
in the Jungle?
In the jungle down in Zaire, I think. And he was young, and Ali was older, and had his career stolen from him by the United States government. But he came back to fight, and everybody said, this Foreman kid, he's gonna kill Muhammad. He's just gonna beat the hell out of him. Well, it didn't happen. As a matter of fact, Muhammad Ali, this resurged his career because he won that fight. It was an amazing feat by Ali.
It was a worldwide event.
Yep, it was huge. I saw a great documentary about it some years ago. And, of course, Howard Cosell was all involved in it and everything. George Foreman was, and then he sort of faded away after that, losing that fight. But somewhere along the line, he figured things out, and he came back with a light winning personality, and he fought again, and he won. George Foreman, dead at the age of 76. Former Utah Representative Mia Love, who served in Congress from the Utah 4th District from 2015 to 2019, has died after a battle with cancer. Love was diagnosed with glioblastoma, that's brain cancer, in 2022. Earlier this month, her family announced that the cancer was no longer responding to treatment and that they had shifted the focus from treatment to enjoying their remaining time with the Congresswoman. Her family announced Sunday evening that she had passed away peacefully in her home surrounded by family. She was only 49. We're thankful for the many good wishes, prayers, and condolences. We are taking some time as a family and will provide information about funeral services and a public celebration of her life in the days to come. And that will be the funeral or memorial service for Mia Love will be a big event. A lot
I'm sure
of people.
There'll be some public event.
Yes, there will be. She was the first black Republican woman ever elected to Congress, and the Associated Press wrote in her obituary that she didn't emphasize her race at all during her campaigns, but she acknowledged the significance of her election after her victory in 2014.
We had her on the show.
Was it right? It was before she won?
No, it was when she became mayor.
Yeah.
Oh, she was mayor of Saratoga Springs. Yeah. And
long time.
She was very nice, very charming and nice, and she was a great guest. The Salt Lake City Police Department has released body cam footage showing what led up to a moment when an officer shot a dog after being bitten Sunday morning. According to a press release from the SLCPD, the incident happened about 3:15 in the morning. Officers were called to 7-Eleven out on North Temple, reports of trespassing. Once on the scene, 2 officers encountered a large group of people in the parking lot, called for backup. When one officer approached the group, a dog on a leash began barking and then lunged at the officer and bit him. Body cam footage released by the police shows that the officer walked away from the scene, informing dispatch of his bite. Then he circled around to the front of the store. He then saw the dog charge toward another officer. He yelled at the officer to get out of the way and aimed his weapon and fired 4 shots. The other officer's body cam shows him approaching the dog and the woman holding it from another angle. He tells the woman not to let the dog go. She does. The dog charges toward the officer. Then the cop shoots it. It's pretty gruesome footage. I started to watch it and then stopped. It's not pretty at all. No citations or arrests were issued during the incident. SLCPD said they allowed the owner a private moment with the dog, provided information on how to retrieve the remains, and then the police drove her home. Well, this is wonderful. This is just great. The White House has moved to turn its Easter egg roll, a tradition that stretches way back to Rutherford B. Hayes, President Rutherford B. Hayes, into a showcase of brands. Yep. The White House wants to recruit corporate sponsors to contribute to its Easter egg roll next month, raising ethical and legal concerns that Trump is allowing companies to profit from the 147-year-old tradition by turning it into a showcase for brands.
But Hunter Biden had some paintings that he sold
for not very much money.
The financial backers of the April 21st event would be able to choose from 3 options that cost between $75,000 and $200,000 if they'd taken a rate card and they're passing it out to corporate sponsors. According to a 9-page guide, or I'd say it's a rate card.
Yeah.
The most expensive package includes a corporate booth, logo placements, branded snacks or beverages.
This should bother you.
Exclusive tickets to brunch with the First Lady, Melania Trump, a chance to engage with the White House press corps, a private White House tour, and 150 tickets to the event. Be a part of history. This is just ugly. Ugly and awful. Donald Trump threw a fit and railed against George Clooney on Sunday night after Clooney, actor, filmmaker, and longtime Democratic donor, appeared on 60 Minutes. Why would the now highly discredited 60 Minutes be doing a total puff piece on George Clooney, a second-rate movie star and failed political pundit? Trump wrote.
Big play on.
Yeah, he has a play.
Broadway.
He has a play on Broadway. He fought hard for Sleepy Joe's election, and then right after the debate, dumped him like a dog. It's always like a dog.
Yeah, it's always
like a dog. What does Trump know about dogs?
Nothing.
Apparently nothing.
He has a very limited vocabulary.
Clooney wrote an opinion piece in July of last year urging then-President Biden to drop out of the presidential race, one of a number of prominent figures calling on him to quit after his poor debate performance against Trump. Biden initially dismissed it as a bad night, but Clooney said his own dealings with the president at another event were similar. It's devastating to say it, but the Joe Biden I was with 3 weeks ago at the fundraiser was not the Joe Big Effin' Deal Biden of 2010, Clooney said. He wasn't even the Joe Biden of 2020. He was the same man we all witnessed at the debate. Biden ultimately, of course, did quit. But Trump's rant comes as he's suing 60 Minutes, by the way, for $20 billion.
Hoping that they just back down and go away.
After claiming the show deceptively edited an interview with Harris during last year's campaign. No.
You're president. Don't you have other things to be spending your time worried about?
He doesn't get any sleep, I don't think.
No, he doesn't have anything to do because he's turned everything over to everyone else. He wants to be the star of the show but not do any of the actual work. He's got the 2025 people taking care of everything.
He also
he just shows up, plays golf, does his thing, waves his hands.
He also spent part of his Sunday evening railing against a portrait of himself that's been hanging in the Colorado Capitol for nearly 6 years.
It's hilarious.
Nobody likes a bad picture of painting themselves, but the one in Colorado in the state capitol put up by the governor along with other presidents was purposely distorted to a level that even I have never seen before, he griped.
It looks pretty accurate.
Trump said that the portrait of President Obama, created by the same artist, Sarah Boardman, looks wonderful. But the president slammed the image of himself as truly the worst.
Again, this is the thing you're worried about.
That's what he does.
This is the thing you're taking time to complain about.
But at the same time, let's not forget, these are shiny keys to distract from what is really going on.
Senator John Curtis pushed back on the suggestion that the clash between Trump and federal judges who are blocking his reforms of the federal government is a crisis. He says, no, it's not a crisis. He was on Meet the Press. I hope every high school civics teacher and every high school student is paying attention because we're having a lesson in civics. It's not crisis, it's civics. And our founders created a system where there are these tugs and pulls between the 3 branches of government. On Trump's suggestion that some judges should be impeached, Curtis pointed out it takes 2/3 support from the Senate to impeach judges, and we know that's not going to happen, he said. Protesters lining up at Tesla in Salt Lake, in South Salt Lake, voicing their frustration with Elon Musk. It was a quiet and peaceful protest at the Tesla dealership. AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, trolled a Trump-fearing MAGA congressman for refusing to do a town hall in his own deeply red district.
Yep.
Representative Evans, your constituents say hi, she posted from Greeley, Colorado, along with video panning across a packed crowd of more than 11,000 voters who showed up at the University of Northern Colorado to see her and Senator Bernie Sanders instead of their own representative. There's a couple of thousand more outside, too, she said. They have some questions about your cuts to veterans care. The 35-year-old Democratic Congresswoman from New York and the 83-year-old Bernie Sanders from Vermont have been on fire, lighting up crowds across the country as part of the Fighting Oligarchy tour. And, postal workers rallying.
Yes.
I don't know how it went here in Salt Lake.
Oh, yeah.
Monty called us, Monty the mailman, but there were a lot of rallies across the nation of postal workers. And finally this, a Kansas man wants to legalize raccoons as pets.
Is it illegal?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's illegal to keep raccoons as pets most places, I think.
Oh.
But he has a raccoon, and we need to legalize them as pets. No, you don't.
I don't have them as pets. They are equals to me.
They are.
Carrie's making a Guardians of the Galaxy.
They can fly the spaceships.
They're just They're just sort of cute rats. All right,
They have
that's it.
hands.
Yeah, that's another thing that's creepy about them. All right, that's it.
Weather and traffic. Sports with Amy Donaldson coming up just after 7.
Well, today will be the coldest day of the next 5, and it's going to be 67 today, if that tells you anything. We could be close to 80 by Wednesday. It'll be
Crazy.
downright hot. Now, there is a cold front coming in after that, and things will cool down for the weekend, but very, very warm and sunny this week. Traffic we have, let's see, crash eastbound I-215 just before you go into the State Street overpass in Murray. Vehicles are on the right shoulder. Still some issues on Mountain View Corridor northbound at 118th South. Delays back almost to 126 South. And let me check our message stream, see if you've sent in anything there. No, but if you see something, please share it. If it's safe for you to text 33986.
It's Frank Christ in the studio with us.
Hello, everyone.
Good morning, Frank.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Oh, that's good.
Frank is here to play a game, a macabre, the morbid game that we play every weekday, because Frank is a grim reaper, a reaper of celebrity souls specifically.
Specifically.
He is cursed with that because
I love our precious celebrities. Always have.
it hurts you to see them pass on.
Well,
doesn't it?
because we all want to be just like them.
George Foreman.
Oh.
You had to go check on George.
I did.
And you took his essence in your electric
Heavy.
scooter. It
Very
was
heavy, yes.
Well, he was a heavyweight fighter. That's
Yes.
for sure.
Put a strain on the old scooter.
Yes. Frank is, as you might expect a Grim Reaper to look. He's a skeletal figure. He wears a kind of a robe with a hood and he has a scythe. But the only thing that's updated about him is that electric scooter.
I don't like horses.
I know you don't. We play the game called Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
Frank has given me a list of actors, 4 actors, as a matter of fact, and 3 of them on that list
Well,
are
they're just fine.
But one of them, Frank has taken. And it is the contestant's job to determine who the dead celebrity is and who do we have.
Tanner is here.
Tanner, good morning. How are you?
I am just fine. Just fine.
Good to hear, Tanner.
That's good, Tanner. Now, Tanner, if you can identify the dead celebrity, you will win a prize, which is what, Gina?
Tickets to see Collective Soul with Live July 13th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
You ready to go, Tanner?
All right. Oh, yeah.
Okay, because it's International Day for Achievers and Innovators, Frank has given me a list of actors in movies about people considered to be innovators in their field. Here we go. Number 1 on this list is Frederick Forrest, known for The Conversation, Apocalypse Now, and One from the Heart, nominated for an Oscar and a Golden Globe for The Rose. His other film credits include The Missouri Breaks, Valley Girl, The Two Jakes, All the King's Men, along with the television series Lonesome Dove. He was in a movie called Tucker, the Man in His Dream, about a man who builds the car of the future, as he called it. Number 1, Frederick Forrest. Number 2 is Saffron Burrows. She was in Circle of Friends, Wing Commander, Deep Blue Sea, Gangster Number 1, Enigma, Toy, Reign Over Me, and The Bank Job. Her TV work included Boston Legal, Law and Order, Criminal Intent, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Burrows had a part in Frida, about the innovative artist Frida Kahlo. Number 2 is Saffron Burrows. Number 3 is Jay Moore, actor, stand-up comic, and radio host. He was in Jerry Maguire, Picture Perfect, Small Soldiers, Pay It Forward, and Even Money. He was an SNL cast member in the 90s. He was in a movie called Air about the guy who got Michael Jordan together with Nike shoes. Number 3, Jay Moore. And finally, Audrey Tautou. She was the title character in Amélie, which was critically acclaimed and a major box office success. She has since appeared in Dirty Pretty Things, The Da Vinci Code, and Priceless. She was acclaimed for her role in the World War I drama A Very Long Engagement, and she played the title character in Coco Before Chanel, about the innovative fashion designer Coco Chanel. Number 4, Audrey Tautou. Which one of those actors is dead, Tanner?
Number 3.
Jay Moore?
No, he's fine.
He's fine.
I mean, he's puffy.
He's 54, and
he's a turd.
Is he only 54?
Yeah.
Oh, he looks much older.
Let's give you another chance though. Listen really carefully, Tanner. Is it Saffron Burrows? Is it Audrey Tautou? Or is it Frederick Forrest?
It's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
Frederick Forrest.
Frederick Forrest that's correct.
Very good.
He died in 2023 at the age of 86. Congratulations, Tanner. You're going to go see
Collective Soul and Live.
That's a show.
Sweet.
All right. Hang on. Say thank you.
Thank you.
Hang on the line, and Katie will tell you what you need to do next.
Well, I've got to go check on Tommy Hilfiger.
Oh, really?
74 today.
Yeah.
There isn't a fashion reaper that reaps the souls of fashions.
Who will do our Olympic costumes if he dies?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Kelly LeBrock is 65 today. Speaking of Jay Moore.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you ought to check on Jay Moore.
I'll go check on Jay Moore. I don't want to, but goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Crash eastbound I-215 just before you go under the State Street overpass in Murray. Vehicles are off to the right shoulder. And whatever you're seeing, you can text us 33986. Do you or someone you love struggle with addiction? Help is out there. Renaissance Ranch is one of Utah's best addiction treatment centers. They accept most private insurance and Medicaid. Schedule a free consultation at renaissanceranch.com.
Didn't Jay Moore have a big feud with
Bobcat?
Bobcat Goldthwait. He stole Jay Moore stole Bobcat's wife or something like that.
Which is why we're Team Bobcat.
Yeah.
He's now married to Jeannie Buss.
Owns the
Lakers.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's a turd. Anyway, KXRK Provo. We'll take a break. We'll be back after these with sports. Amy Donaldson will be here to tell us all about it. UtahAdvocates.com.
You've been in an accident. You're hurt. You can't pay your medical bills. You're out of work because of injury. You're worried about how to provide for your family. So if this has happened to you, don't hesitate. Call the advocates. Call them before you even talk to an insurance company.
Oh, yeah.
801-355-5550. They're personal injury attorneys, and they work their butts off to get you a settlement.
It's true. No butts.
No
We've
butts.
seen them. We met them. They don't have any butts.
None of them have butts.
Maybe it's not you injured. Maybe it's a loved one, and they need your help navigating all of this. You can do that, too.
Oh, yeah. Now, you can call them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's no charge for the call. As a matter of fact, you don't pay a dime out of your own pocket. They only get paid when they get you a settlement. So the advocates, that's who you need. 801-355-5550, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or you can go to UtahAdvocates.com.
The X96 986.
Like Vivian and Sandy did, and she said her brackets are just all. She's out.
She's
Her
out?
brackets are ruined. She's out.
Amen.
In Sandy?
Sandy, she's
Sandy.
out.
All right. Sports with Amy Donaldson, brought to you by
Burt Brothers Tire and Service and Tire Busters. Stop by your nearest shop and get the tires and auto care you need.
Thank you.
Amy Donaldson Sports. Break.
And here she is, Amy Donaldson Sports. She is a sports reporter. She's a podcaster. Making of a Moment is her latest podcast. Well, you've got another one coming out soon, right?
Probably not till fall.
Okay.
So, which is soon in my universe.
Yeah.
It feels too soon.
Mhm.
So, yeah, because I do the narrative stuff. So, yeah.
So find her podcasts, The Letter and Making of a Moment, wherever you get podcasts. And you can follow her on social media, AD on Sports.
Yep, you got it.
What's going on?
March Madness, right?
I know. What is that?
I guess BYU's doing well.
BYU,
Yeah.
oh man, beat
Sorry,
Wisconsin.
Gina.
I think
That's okay.
they make the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2011
Mm-hmm.
with a win over Wisconsin, 91-89. Looked like they were going to collapse. They led most of the game. Looked like they were going to try to lose it. Like I think it's a Utah thing to kind of lead the whole time and then just be like, "We're kidding. We're not really going to give you that moment." So
Now they beat the number 3 seed, right?
They did. They beat Wisconsin.
And scoring 91 points is pretty big.
91-89, yeah. It was a great game. They looked great. They take on number 2 Alabama on Thursday.
So what are the odds there? Because I mean,
Alabama's number 2.
they're good, right?
Yeah,
Or-
and they.
And
I mean,
so was this team they beat.
yeah. No, I mean, I think the odds are pretty similar in my
Okay.
opinion. Yeah, I think beating Wisconsin and leading the entire time. I mean, they looked great,
Yeah.
except for that almost collapse thing. But
Interesting.
they came out of it. So, unlike Utah State, who lost in the first round of the tournament to UCLA, 72-47. So yeah, let's see. So yesterday there were a bunch of second round games in the men's tournament. Florida, number 1 seeded Florida, beat number 8 UConn. Duke beat Baylor. Honestly, I know everyone wants Duke to win, but just the fans for Duke are just awful. Kentucky beat Illinois. Alabama beat St. Mary's. Maryland beat Colorado State. Ole Miss beat Iowa State. Michigan State beat New Mexico. And Arizona beat Oregon. That was an 87-83. That was a good game. But so some of the other, everybody loves the tournament because of the upsets, right?
Mhm.
Not so much this year, but the first big upset was number 2 St. John's. So they're coached by Rick Pitino, and he's sort of reviving the program. I believe it's been 25 years since they had a tournament victory, and they had one this year. They won the Big East though by 3 games, and they lost to Arkansas, which is coached by John Calipari. And they tied for 9th in the SEC. So Arkansas, tied for 9th in the SEC, beat number 2 St. John's, who won their league by 3 games. And some interesting things about that game, other than the fact that my dad now lost his national champion and is out. He doesn't want to ever play March Madness again. But on Thursday, when St. John started the game, Rick Pitino officially became the first man to ever coach 6 different programs into the NCAA tournament.
Wow.
First person ever, first man. St. John's, I was right. They had not won a tournament game in 25 years. So they won a tournament game.
So will you do me a favor?
Sure.
Tell your dad that Bill says, don't be a baby.
Don't be a baby. Okay, I will tell him. I don't know if you've met my dad, though, but probably not a good thing to say.
I have. I know he's an ex-cop. I don't care.
And
Tell him not to be a baby.
the more scary thing is he's a Vietnam veteran.
Oh, geez. Well, then don't say it.
So Saturday, when Arkansas' game ended, Calipari became only the second man to coach 4 different programs into the Sweet 16. So yeah, Calipari, UMass, Memphis, and Kentucky were the other programs that he coached. So anyway, I just thought that was a super interesting game for many reasons, but also the biggest upset. NCAA women, their second round is today. Not as much in the way of upsets in that first slate of games. UCLA, just so you know, I'm sure everyone knows about the women's tournament, but UCLA is ranked number 1. South Carolina is number 2. South Carolina is your defending champion. They beat Iowa last year. UConn, USC, Texas kind of round out the top 5. But some interesting things about the women's tournament. UConn, LSU, Notre Dame, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas all scored over 100 points for the first time in the women's NCAA tournament history. And for the second time in women's history, 4 teams, the Irish, the Gamecocks, the Huskies, and Duke, won by more than 50 points. This is something that if you follow EKB on Twitter, he's pointed out some of these lopsided. Some of them were pretty. I mean, they almost look like high school.
Yeah.
High school game 1A games or something. USC and Duke held their opponents to just 25 points apiece, and that was a tie for the second fewest points in NCAA tournament history. And then the other thing I thought was crazy: Oklahoma set a record for rebounds, 72 rebounds
in one game.
One game.
Wow,
that's amazing. So,
that's
yeah.
a lot.
Let's see. No team in the women's tournament, no team seeded 11 or lower has ever lost has ever won a first round game since the tournament expanded to 64 teams. So the upsets in the women's side come later in the tournament. Men's usually come in the earlier in the tournament. Let's move on to soccer, shall we?
Okay.
So RSL, they lost 1-0 to FC Dallas in what I saw was the worst red card that I can remember seeing. It was the dumbest call. I don't know. And they even reviewed it. I thought, they'll review it, and then they will not call the red.
What was the call for?
It was for a dangerous tackle. And if you watch it, please watch it if you care. And it was ridiculous. But Ari Puel got the red card in the 23rd minute, which means he goes off. They play a man down.
And it's hard to do that.
And but so it was, and I mean, they played really well, and they were playing without Diego Luna, who's playing with U.S. men's national team, and Dominik Marcuk, who is playing for Poland's national team. U.S. men's national team, stunk it up. They lost to Canada in the fourth place game, and they basically took fourth in a 4-team tournament.
They came in dead last.
Yeah. So they're like me in a running race. They took fourth, but you have to know there were 4 teams. So let's see. The Royals, Utah Royals, they lost to the San Diego Wave, 3-2. Really exciting game. They're a fun team to watch. I would highly recommend. Let's see. They play on the road Saturday against Kansas City Current. Utah Jazz, they lost to the Cavs 120-91. They play the Grizzlies tomorrow. Little former Jazz news, former Jazzman Joe Ingles. There's a really lovely video.
It's cute. It's sweet.
Yeah. So he's with Minnesota now, and I don't know if you remember when he was here, one of his twins, Jacob, has autism. And so he had never been to a game live, see his dad play. And he came to a game, I think, on Friday, and Joe Ingles doesn't start anymore, hasn't started since 2022, and he did not get in the game. So the fans wanted him in, and there was some effort, but the coach decided to start him to make sure his son got to see him play.
Very sweet.
And it was really adorable, and you should watch it. But also adorable was I shouldn't say adorable because it'll make him angry, but the coach talks about sort of why he did that and what it meant to the team, and it actually inspired the team to win. So, let's see.
That's what's important. We get lost in all these things that aren't important.
There are a lot of dad moments. There are a lot of dad moments at the NCAA tournament too. Utah Hockey Club, they beat the Lightning 6-4, and they host the Detroit Red Wings today. Red Wings. The Red Wings at the Delta Center today. Don't miss it.
Okay.
Sid is asking, can Amy come run the last mile of the Salt Lake half marathon with me like she did last year?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
She didn't even hesitate.
Reach out to me. I'll run a mile. Do I want to run a half marathon? No. On the road. Salt Lake Marathon's fun, though.
Thank you very much.
All right, Amy Donaldson, AD on sports.
Yes.
Thanks, Amy.
Traffic, Gina, please.
Okay, we have that crash eastbound I-215 just before you go under State Street overpass in Murray. Got a crash southbound I-15 off-ramp, milepost 312, that's Beck Street, off to the left shoulder. And whatever you're seeing, you can text us and let us know, 33986.
All right, we've got boners for you to vote for coming up. Here are the candidates. Boner candidate number 1, the bus driver training program seems to be a little bit inadequate. Boner candidate number 2, this candidate would normally win, but today I'm not so sure. And boner candidate number 3, take their remaining children away from them and then fix things so they may never have any more children.
All right, Boner of the Day, Big Boy News, all coming up after some messages and a song. Stand by for all of that. ranlife.com/X96.
Yes, Ran Life is it's a local mortgage company, in case you didn't know, and they have so I don't have their copy here, and I should be able to tell you they have 3.25%, but I don't remember the other. So let's do it another time.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Need some geek news?
Yeah, I was. I've been dreaming all morning of going home and making ham salad.
So you've got the leftover Easter ham.
Yeah, and I don't have ham salad very often because I don't have ham. So I'm going to get some sweet pickle relish. I don't have any at home, but that's all I really need. And then some mayonnaise, and maybe a touch of mustard.
Did you do the honey baked ham or did you do your own ham?
I got one at the store, a spiral sliced ham at the store, and put it in. I've not ever done a honey baked ham.
You've never done a honey?
No.
How is that possible?
It's because it seems way too expensive to me.
It's way too delicious.
I can make a delicious ham at home.
Yeah, but it's all done
half the price
already. It's
what you just put it in the oven. It's not much to it. Just heat it up. You know, it's cooked already. Mm-hmm. You can take it right out of the package and put it on if you want a cold ham, just put it on the. So when you buy it at the honey baked ham store, is it hot?
It can be, and they say you can either eat it room temperature.
You could
set
take
it out,
take it home yourself and heat it up.
Yeah,
it's just the same thing. You know, it's
so good though.
The one at the Costco's, the Kirkland one, is actually quite good. But you know, just heat it up. Anyway, I'm going to make ham salad. I'm excited. But I was looking up ham salad recipes just to make sure I remembered how to do it. Not that much to it. And there was a video before the recipe, you know, an ad.
To help? A commercial.
Yeah, a commercial. And it was about some kind of thing that you take to get rid of poop in your intestines.
What?
And they had little little animated poops. And I'm thinking, what kind of a thing is this to put before a recipe or to show you about food?
It's because you talk about poop all the time.
Huh?
The algorithm.
It has nothing to do with
the
that.
algorithm got you, Bill.
It had nothing to do with an algorithm.
What?
It was just the ad that was embedded. And I don't talk about poop all the time. On top of your erroneous assumption.
Wait, I want to see if I Google it right now, if I get the same ad.
I don't remember if it. Let me look it up.
Well, now, when you say ham salad,
yeah,
do you mean like a chicken salad but with ham?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's essentially so you use it on a sandwich, or I like to just put it on crackers.
So it's almost like a deviled ham kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Let's see. It wasn't the ham salad. It was how to prepare a spiral cut ham. I just wanted to make sure I had the right temperature and stuff.
To prepare
a spiral cut ham.
It's just the commercials that come up are just, you know, they rotate them through.
Oh no, they hear you.
They listen, Bill.
And there are any number of videos about and I don't remember which one it was.
Well, that's the hard thing.
Yeah, they're
was it
like
Delish?
Maybe. I remember looking at Delish, but there are like 30 videos of, and they all. It's weird because they're all the same. You know, it's like, yeah, I do that. You put a foil.
See, I'm getting a Pantene ad.
Pantene. What's Pantene?
What's Pantene?
It's the shampoo.
Oh,
shampoo.
Yeah. So it just depends on. Gina, why don't you go through all of those videos? Let's see. But I just thought it was a weird thing to have on a.
So we were
a food.
Did you have
video.
the sound up?
No,
because the audio may have said you'll need this later.
Yeah, maybe. No, I didn't have the sound.
So we were trying to think of what to do with our leftover ham.
Yes.
And I follow this Instagram account called Brunch with Babs.
Mm-hmm. Babs DeLay?
No.
Oh, okay.
And she makes this thing where she takes Pillsbury crescent rolls.
Mm-hmm.
You guys will like this.
Okay.
She chops up the ham.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She puts a piece of Swiss cheese on each roll after she rolls it out. I don't like the cheese part, but she chops up the ham.
Oh, I've made this.
And then makes a little ham and cheese roll.
Nice.
But when she puts it in the baking dish, she drizzles it with Dijon mustard.
Oh.
Doesn't that sound good?
Here, I did something like that just recently with ham and Swiss cheese, and then I did some beef and cheddar, and I got King's Hawaiian rolls.
Oh, yeah.
And I put the meat and the cheese on the King's Hawaiian rolls, put it in a baking dish, and then you drizzle it with this, it's like butter and brown sugar and something else. And then you put it in the oven and bake them for 30 minutes. And you get this hot, gooey, sweet, delicious little slider sandwich. They were delicious.
Now back to
sprinkle
the
poppy seeds on.
back to the video search.
Yeah.
The texter has nailed this.
Yeah.
Gina got a shampoo ad, and Bill got a real poo
poo
ad. So
depends on your
it depends on your algorithms.
None of that shampoo for me. I don't know. I only want the real
Get
stuff.
yourself some real poo.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember. It was some. I don't remember what the product was, but I just glanced at it, and there were these little piles of poop with eyes, dancing around, and I go, "What the hell?" Weird.
And now the chat room has discovered not only the it's called strawberry milkshake flavor Frosted Flakes. But now they have the Frosted Flakes that's Avatar themed, and they're blueberry.
Do they taste like water?
I don't know.
They should taste like water.
The taste of Avatar.
See, now I got to try all of those. I got this milk in the fridge. It's going to go bad unless I.
You have
better
to.
stop on the way home.
I gotta.
It's a waste if you don't.
Stop on the way home, or
Yeah.
you're going to have sour milk on your hands.
That's right. Don't want that.
Nope.
Gotta have the cereal. Gotta have the cereal. Because on this day, in 1990, Nine Inch Nails released Head Like a Hole, the second single from their debut album, Pretty Hate Machine. 1990.
I played that when I worked at KUT, Katie. That was on my radio show.
Well, I played it over the intercom there. And
Shut up! It's a radio station.
Yeah, right. Back then it was the intercom.
Do they have a signal now?
Yeah, I think they do.
It's an internet. It's a streaming.
It's internet now.
They just stream.
All right. Time now for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your votes of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, March 24, 2025. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. And once you've heard all three, then you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
Here's boner candidate number 1. The bus driver training program seems to be kind of inadequate. Stansbury Park, Utah. Parents and students were on edge at a Stansbury Park neighborhood last week when a school bus failed to show up after taking an unexpected detour. The Tooele County School District blamed the incident involving Clark N. Johnson Junior High School students. Wouldn't you like to go to... What school do you go to? Clark N. Johnson.
Clark N. Johnson Junior High.
That's not a good name.
No.
First.
No.
Anyway, these junior high students, they were on a fill-in driver, on a bus driven by a fill-in driver unfamiliar with the route. The driver made a wrong turn, became flustered, and left students alarmed about getting to their stops. The students were unaware that the driver was trying to contact the district for advice on what to do. The bus waited on the side of the road, and while they were waiting, some of the kids were antsy, didn't understand why they were waiting there, and wanted to get off the bus, explained district spokesperson Brent Valdez. According to Mr. Valdez, some students raised their voices to the driver, who followed safety protocols, telling the students they could not get off the bus, although some of them did by using the emergency exit.
Oh, wow.
Holly Huntsman is not pleased with how the school district handled the situation after her 12-year-old daughter called her hysterical over the chaos on the bus. The email that they sent out was really disappointing after your child was that traumatized, Huntsman said. Mr. Valdez says he understands the frustrations of the students and parents. We get it, he said. I think these are opportunities for us to learn on both sides. Think that there's things that we can help with our bus drivers to understand that process, and even though they follow the process, to make sure they inform the students so that they understand.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 1. I think the bus driver training program is a bit inadequate. Here's boner candidate number 2. This candidate would normally win, but today I'm not so sure. A woman drowned her dog in a Florida airport bathroom and then boarded her international flight after she was prevented from bringing the dog, a white miniature schnauzer, with her because of a paperwork issue. The woman was arrested in Lake County on a charge of aggravated animal abuse, a third-degree felony. She was released on $5,000 bail. The act was intentional and resulted in a cruel and unnecessary death of an animal, said an arrest affidavit in the Orlando Police Department. The investigation into the death of the 9-year-old schnauzer, named Tywin, started in December when a janitor found the dog in a trash bag in a bathroom stall. The janitor earlier had seen the woman in the stall cleaning up water and dog food from the stall's floor. The janitor was pulled away for a cleanup emergency, returned to the bathroom 20 minutes later while she found Tywin in the trash container, along with a vest, collar, rabies tag, dog travel bag, bone-shaped dog tag, and the woman's name and phone number. Airport surveillance cameras captured the woman.
So she's evil and stupid.
Yeah. Speaking for 15 minutes to a airline agent with the dog in tow, trying to get the dog on the plane with her, then walking into the bathroom near the ticketing area with the dog and exiting the bathroom without the dog about 20 minutes later. Authorities said the woman had been told she couldn't bring her dog aboard because she didn't have the proper paperwork. According to U.S. Department of Agriculture, dogs traveling from the U.S. to Colombia must be accompanied by a veterinarian-issued health certificate and a rabies vaccination certificate. The dog was identified by its implanted microchip. So she couldn't take the dog on the plane. So what? Well, I guess I'll just take him into the bathroom and drown him. Boner candidate number 2. Now, this candidate would normally win Boner of the Day.
I can't wait to see what 3 is.
Today, I'm not so sure.
That seems like a...
Coming up, Boner candidate number 3, take their remaining children away from them and then fix things so that they may never have any more children.
All right. We got boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by...
News making you feel like you need to flee the country? Travel Club 365 can help. From cruises and all-inclusives to bucket list adventures, your local travel pros can plan it all for every budget, all with no planning fees. Give Travel Club 365 a call or text 801-441-0102. That's 801-441-0102, travelclub365.com.
Conan O'Brien is going to receive the Mark Twain Prize on Sunday
He
night.
did last night.
At the is set to receive on Sunday.
Yeah.
It was last night.
Yeah.
At the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. So was Mr. Twain there to give the prize? Or?
Actually, he was. They had several people. You need a updated story about this. They had several people dressed as Mark Twain. There,
Mr. O'Brien. I hear the presenter of the award.
It was like that.
O'Brien was named the latest recipient of the award for Lifetime Achievement in Comedy. This was announced back in January, about 3 weeks before Trump upended the Kennedy Center by ousting the longtime president and the board chairman, and then making himself the chairman. In announcing the changes, Trump posted on social media that the dismissed individuals do not share our vision for a golden age in arts and culture. How that vision takes shape remains to be seen. Now, did Conan O'Brien must have made some comments about that?
Everybody did, actually. I'm kind of surprised. Stephen Colbert was there.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Silverman was there. They said she was so filthy they couldn't print
Really?
reprint things she was talking about. John Mulaney said they're going to rename this, instead of the Kennedy Honors, the Roy Cohn Pavilion for big, strong white men who love cats. I mean, they they did not.
They unloaded.
They did not hold back.
Good.
It's interesting. I wondered if Trump would have tried to cancel this event, but apparently not. Mark Twain recipients usually receive tributes and testimonials, and it certainly happened last night.
Yeah, they taped it. We'll be able to see it sometime.
Oh, they did?
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Letterman was there, Leno.
Adam Sandler was
George
there.
Carlin. No, not George Carlin.
No, you're talking about people who have received it.
Oh,
in
these
the
are people who have
past.
received it, yeah. Dave
Triumph
Chappelle.
the Insult Comic Dog was there.
Of course. Was the masturbating bear there? Probably not.
No, it was Triumph.
That's too bad.
All right. Now we're going to go to the crime desk. Gina Barberi has a crime story for us.
Local crime. A Utah nurse was arrested Thursday by an officer with the Lone Peak Police Department after allegedly killing her friend because she thought she would receive life insurance money, according to arrest records. She's suspected of first-degree felony aggravated murder and third-degree felony obstruction of justice. The nurse was booked into Utah County Jail. Here's what happened. Somehow she convinced a friend of hers that the friend had cancer. And she's a nurse, and I'm going to come over to your house. And this went on for a couple of years. I'm going to help treat you at your home, and you're dying of cancer. On the day she was found, her uncle, the woman's uncle, said, I'm going to go check on her. He got to the house, and the nurse was there with the friend and saying, oh, no, she has a do not resuscitate order. They found a insulin needle by her. She's not diabetic. Bless you.
Thank you.
They said her blood sugar level was 14 when they arrived. Anything under 40 is considered life-threatening.
Oh.
So this woman was somehow convinced by this nurse that she had cancer and that she should euthanize her in order for her to not have to suffer.
Was she wasn't in the life insurance policy?
No, so I'm getting to that. So after all of this, I'm going to help you die an easy death. They did an autopsy on the woman. Does not have cancer, and as soon as this woman died, she deleted a bunch of text messages between the two of them on her phone because it was talking about the cancer and talking about life insurance money. And this woman desperately was trying to get a hold of the insurance company. She was never on this policy. She thought she was going to get $1.5 million from this woman. Oh, not true.
3 people were killed and over a dozen others injured in a shooting Friday night at a park in the southern part of New Mexico. According to police, the Las Cruces Police Department said the shooting happened about 10 p.m. at Young Park. There was an unsanctioned car show going on. During a press conference Saturday morning, Las Cruces police said that there appears to have been an altercation between 2 groups of people that escalated to gunfire. 2 19-year-old men and a 16-year-old boy were killed. 15 people were injured. They have arrested. Oh no, they have. Says no arrests have been made at this time, but they are following multiple leads. I think I heard this morning that they did arrest a couple of people. Utah House Speaker Mike Schultz said that the state's new vote-by-mail process is a huge step toward better election security.
Is it?
Despite the major changes made from the original proposal he supported. Over the course of the session, House Bill 300 underwent dramatic transformation from literally demanding in-person voting with photo ID to ultimately requiring ballots to be turned in along with the last 4 digits of government ID. The bill also requires voters to renew their request for a mail-in ballot every 8 years after initially opting in. Leaders framed the final package as a Utah Way resolution to a contentious national issue.
The county clerks do not like this because it's more stuff they have to check, because these are the same people who will also complain that they don't know who won the election the night of the election. You're giving them more work to do.
Yeah.
It's going to take them longer to count these ballots.
And whenever somebody says it's a Utah Way example, I always get suspicious.
A growing program is encouraging positivity in social media posts by helping students share compliments with their peers. They're called kindness walls. Kindness walls are sponsored through Weber State University, 375 schools across Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. The hope is that by spreading positive messages in school communities, students can better learn how to share those vibes online. So they have these walls, and they put up things on them having to do with kindness and cooperation, and they hang these things on walls. And pretty soon, somebody's going to get wind of this and say, this is too woke.
It's inclusion.
They'll get rid of it. Staff at the tax office in Ogden arrived to work a few weeks ago to find out dozens of their colleagues had been dismissed by Elon Musk's cost-cutting task force. They swiftly appealed to their Republican congressman, Blake Moore, whose district office is in the same building as the IRS processing center in Ogden. And they in a county that Donald Trump won by more than 20% last November, Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, seemed to be actively working to destroy our lives and the livelihood of our community, said IRS employee whose mother and grandmother also worked at the agency. What does Blake Moore have to say about all of this? I'm trying to. Folks, we got to be part of the solution. We shouldn't be alienating. He's ineffectual.
Yeah, he's
absolutely ineffectual.
He's afraid, just like all the others.
The Pope went home.
Did he?
He waved.
He went home. He waved to people. He says, "Hey, I'm feeling pretty good."
I thought they sent him home because it's basically there's nothing we can do.
No. He's actually a little better.
He's a little better. He waved to the crowd and complimented a woman for the lovely yellow flowers that she has. And Tiger Woods.
Oh, you're taking my sports.
Has confirmed his relationship with the former daughter-in-law of Trump.
Ugh.
Yes, Vanessa Trump and Tiger Woods. Ugh.
She's babies with Don Jr.
Oh.
Love is in the air and life is better with you by my side. We look forward to our journey through life together.
Gross,
said Tiger. And Elon Musk's SpaceX looks like they're going to get several $1 billion worth of new contracts.
Oh, I'm sure that's perfectly above board and nothing to see here. Yeah. But Hunter Biden.
All right. All right,
weather, traffic.
So today is the coolest of the next 5, believe it or not, and that's 67. You're going to go outside and go, what are you talking about, Gina? It's warm today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not 80, which is what it's going to be on Wednesday.
Wow.
80 degrees Wednesday. There is a cold front coming through this weekend, which will cool things back down into the upper 50s, but several nice, warm, sunny days on tap. Traffic we have, that crash, this is the Beck Street one, exit ramp I-15 southbound in North Salt Lake. And that's all that UDOT's reporting, and you haven't reported anything via text. You're pointing to yourself. If you see something, you see something, send it in to us. Let us know, 33986. Catch Papa Roach April 3rd at the Maverick Center. Get tickets and more information at x96.com.
All right, this is boner candidate number 3. Take their remaining children away from them and then fix things so that they may never have any more children. You told me about this last week, Gina. I don't think we talked about it on the air. It was a video. Parents of an unvaccinated child who died in the Texas measles outbreak appeared in a video produced by the anti-vax advocacy group Children's Health Defense, where they continue to urge others. And remember, these parents had a kid that died
just a couple weeks
because of
ago.
the measles. They urge others to avoid vaccinating their kids. The young couples are members of the Mennonite community and said that their other 4 children had milder cases of measles because of untested treatments from Veritas Wellness, a holistic clinic in Lubbock that's reported to push treatments such as cod liver oil, vitamin C, and steroids. The clinic also had help from an online fundraiser organized by Children's Health Defense, the group led by Robert Kennedy's group, Robert F. Kennedy's group, Health and Human Services Secretary, until Kennedy is reported to have spoken with Dr. Ben Edwards of Veritas Wellness last week, in addition to a historian from the area and a member of the Mennonite community. Well, the interview with the parents who lost their 6-year-old to measles could be seen as an argument in favor of vaccination. Brian Hooker and Polly Tomey of Children's Health Defense interpreted the case as vaccinations being unnecessary as long as children have access to unproven treatments. The Mennonite couple spoke partly in German and partly in English, saying that initially their child seemed to have a regular case of the measles, but after a few days her fever remained and she struggled to breathe. Finally, they took her to the emergency room. She had pneumonia, put on a ventilator, and died. During the funeral, their other 4 children also suffered cases of the disease and were treated by Edwards. The parents say, "We would do this over again. We should not have our children vaccinated." Their kid died.
It's God's will.
God's will. They absolutely do not take the vaccine. Measles wasn't that bad. The other kids got over it really quickly.
Completely preventable death.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 3. Take their remaining children away from them and then fix things so they may never have any more children.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. The bus driver training program seems to be inadequate. That's a fill-in bus driver, a school bus driver in Tooele County, got lost, and then so stopped the bus and tried to get some help. The students were all upset and couldn't figure out what was going on and wanted to get off the bus. They just need to train these people. Boner candidate number 2, this candidate would normally win, but today I'm not so sure. It's a woman who drowned her dog in an airport because she couldn't take it on the plane with her. And boner candidate number 3, take their remaining children away from them and then fix things so they may never have any more children.
All right. Time for you to vote for Boner of the Day. Which one of these 3 candidates is the worst? Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, March 24, 2025? 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth. She'll be happy to take your live vocal vote at 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, March 24, 2025. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. You've only got 3 minutes to get your vote in, so let's go. This is Boner of the Day. Randlife.com/X96.
Look, you want to get a house, don't you? Well, then do what I did. Get yourself a mortgage with Rand Life. Rand Life Home Loans, they've got you covered. They just slashed their rate to 3.25% on 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgages for FHA and VA loans. That's 3.25% on 5.983 APR. So what does that mean? Well, it means you can borrow up to $190,000, more than you could with the current market rate. You can get a bigger house that way. You can maybe move to a nicer neighborhood, get the gourmet kitchen you've always wanted. It's within your reach with Rand Life. Now, I can't explain it really how that works. I sort of read numbers for you, but Rand Life can explain it. So turn your dream into an address. Visit randlife.com/X96. That's randlife.com/X96, and let them help you unlock the door to your got a couple of emails, and I wonder why I got sent these.
Are they of interest?
Yes, in a perverse way, I guess. Yeah.
All right. Email of interest.
I got this one, let's see, it came in the 1st of March. Dear Bill, claim your free box of MagTech 9mm 115 grain bullets. We're giving away our surplus ammo to the next 500 people.
Free bullets?
Right now, you can grab a free box of MagTech 9mm 115 grain. Just confirm your shipping details on the next page, and we'll send your bullets right out.
Bullets in the mail?
Yeah, except not if you live in New York, California, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Hawaii, Arkansas, Illinois, New Jersey, or D.C.
But Utah, you can mail. Can you put my address in there? Because
claim your free ammo.
I know you don't have any guns, but we have guns.
MagTech 9mm brass boxer brass casing.
Well, unless it's shotgun shells, I'm not interested.
I just don't know why I would get that. And then a couple of days later, I get this. Bill, it's now time to buy your Trump knife.
What?
Trump 2024 Save America automatic knife.
An automatic knife?
Laser
How
etched.
does that work?
Well, I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
Because my son has one, not a Trump one, but he has an automatic knife. Laser etched with President Trump's slogan, "Save America." It says, rapid deploy, one click, eject mechanism, triple beveled razor sharp, massive 8 inches of length with 3.5-inch blade. Perfect for everyday concealed carry.
Proceeds go directly to E. Jean Carroll.
Yes, send me the Trump 2024 Save America automatic knife, and you'll get 70% off.
Oh, there it is.
And an automatic knife is you just press a little button, and it just looks like a case.
Yeah.
And then the blade comes out.
Now,
of
does it come out at an
Stra-
angle,
no,
or does it come
no,
straight out?
Comes straight out.
So it's not like a switchblade, but it.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, the switchblade was right out the top, wasn't it?
Yeah,
some of them were.
It's kind of a switchblade, but it's a little different.
How much is it?
Why did I get this? It doesn't say how much it is. It says that I can save 70%.
Oh.
I don't think it says.
It's going to trick you into getting too far into it to turn back. It's because you were a registered Republican for a while, I bet.
Yep, that's what happened.
I get all kinds of text messages. When Nikki Haley was running, I got a text message every other day from Nikki Haley.
How am I avoiding that then? Because I'm registered.
No?
I'm a rhino, but I
don't get all those?
I don't get any of that stuff.
I get a text message. I got a text message from somebody running as a Democrat for Mitt Romney's seat.
Oh, you know what,
a
though?
woman.
It's probably based on our address, what gets pushed your way.
Oh,
It
this
must be, yeah.
This
zip code.
I just clicked on the website for the Trump knife.
Don't
It
do
comes.
it, Billy.
It's coming from Trump.
You
Trump
clicked on the
organization.
website. Now they know you
saying.
were interested.
You
Now
got to
they're
pay.
gonna send you more
You got to
stuff.
pay the fines and lawyers.
I wanted to see how much it was. There's a picture of Donald Trump, and there's a knife. Boom, boom. Oh my God! Make America great again. And I like that they say it's perfect to carry it, concealed.
Somebody should sell Dark Brandon aviator glasses. Is somebody doing that?
Probably.
They should.
Because they could make money on those.
This says that this knife is a must-have for every true patriot. For every true patriot.
All right, 7:49. Time to award boner of the day.
And the boner of the day is brought to you in part by pork tenderloin and asparagus and roasted potatoes.
Sounds good.
And fight mold, germs, and odors with a UV light air purifying system from our trusted friends at Larson HVAC and Plumbing. To save $300 on a new UV light air purifier, click larsonhvac.com/x96.
Again, I wonder about the 15 people who voted for the bus driver. I wonder about
Maybe they had kids on the bus. I
Maybe.
don't know.
Oh, that could be. Yeah, probably Tooele.
Yeah.
So I...
wow.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 3, take their remaining children away from them and then fix things so they never have any more children. Got over 100 votes.
Yeah. Did well any other day.
But I thought it would beat. I did think it would beat the drowning of the dog, but no.
Really?
Yeah. 263 votes. Boner candidate number 2 wins Boner of the Day.
There you go. It's your Boner of the Day for today, March 24, 2025. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week. And my prediction, it will win.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, we're going to have some bad ones.
You never know with Dave.
With Dave, you never know. That's true. He surprises me often. All right. 7:50, we got Bill Frost coming in, telling us what's on TV this week on the way. Beat Gina coming up.
I have a list.
And list?
And list of what?
Phrases our parents used that would never fly with today's kids.
Things that they say. You mean? Okay. Let's.
There are many phrases our parents use that would never fly with today's kids, who are largely plugged into discussions of emotional intelligence and therapy terms that unpack and unravel traditionalist language. Kids today are more emotionally and socially aware. You need to talk to them differently.
Okay. Says you.
Says this study.
Okay.
Here, I was waiting for Carrie to play the thing, but I guess we're not.
I'm having a little trouble here.
Let's just.
Here's the
go.
first. Here's the first one.
Okay.
Because I said so. According to a study,
that won't fly with today's kids.
I guess not. Parents who've experienced their own adverse childhood experiences and trauma tend to repeat the cycle with their own kids. Because I said so is one of the phrases our parents use that would never fly with today's kids. It's no longer a powerful phrase for parents to get what they want, meaning kids don't care.
That kids never cared about that phrase. Because I said so. And you know how I know that? Because I said so.
But the point being that used to work with kids like, all right, well, mom said so I guess I have to do that.
I don't think
kids
it did
today will not abide by that.
I mean,
apparently.
it worked on me. I'm kind of left out of this list because I don't have any kids, so I have to judge by you guys' responses. And yours are certainly skewed.
my kids, I don't think I would ever say that to them.
Stop being so dramatic, or stop being so sensitive. Can't say that today. You probably said that to you were probably told that when you were a kid.
You think? You think I would have been? Who? I would never. Nobody would say that to me.
Healthy parents show up to support their kids. This is today, not back then. Teach them emotional intelligence. Work with them to set boundaries. Express their needs.
So you people who are listening, by the way, whose kids are now grown up and have left home, you're all failures.
I'll give you something to cry about.
You want something to cry about? I'll give you.
My dad used to say that to me. Yeah.
Phrases like this one, or it hurts me more than it hurts you, like if they're spanking you.
Well, you don't spank them anymore, do you?
But no, like in the past, that's something they would say. This hurts me more than it hurts you.
Dad tried saying that, and I said, I don't think so.
Now parents take time to sit with their kids and talk things through, not
how's that working?
Have corporal punishment.
How's that working out for you?
Not so well.
Get over it.
Oh, get over it.
Like if your kids are upset about something, parents today.
Just about all of these said to me.
Would you send me this list, because I'm going to start using these?
Maybe you should.
Don't come home until the street lights come on. We all had that.
No, that's worded wrong.
Oh.
It's you had to be home before the street lights came on. Not don't come home until.
Oh,
See, I read that this morning and I went, that's worded wrong.
Yeah, it is.
No, it means that's your cue.
That's your cue to come home. When the street lights come on, you get home.
But kids today don't have unsupervised play largely.
Yeah.
They have play dates and everything is organized and.
Yeah, no fun. They don't have fun anymore.
You brought this on yourself.
That's true.
Parents who rely on guilt tripping to get what they want are essentially emotionally blackmailing their children by suggesting they're at fault for sparking conflict or discomfort simply by expressing their opinions or even making a mistake. A phrase like this encourages children to live in an anxiety-perceived failure. Oh, you just wait till your father gets home.
Oh, Mom would say that all the time. Yeah.
No, they don't say that anymore.
Why not?
Well, because that's
the father should be the enforcer.
Yeah, that means mom doesn't have the authority to discipline you, and it also is.
Dad hits harder. That's why.
Well, and it's making kids afraid of their father. That's not okay. You have it easier than I did as a kid.
I used to walk 2 miles to school, you know.
It's that. But don't.
Well, my dad used to use this as an example because he didn't have indoor plumbing. So,
but it's true. Most of our kids have it better than we had, and we had than our parents. It should be.
Well, it should be that
things
way.
Should be
My
better.
kids are nothing but little freeloaders.
If you loved me, you would do this. Don't use
Oh, yeah,
that.
that's great. Use love as blackmail.
well, Mom never said that, but she said, would you do this for me?
And how do you say no to that?
And how do I say no?
Mm-hmm.
And finally, you're right. I'm a horrible parent. Like when kids would yell at you and say, "You're a horrible dad. You're the worst dad ever." You're right. I'm a horrible parent.
I would never, ever, ever allow my kids to say that. Or I would never say that to my kids because they would say, "No, it's true. You are."
We've looked
Really?
around.
Yeah.
We've compared you with other parents.
Yeah. You know, why can't you be like so-and-so's parents?
So there you go.
Not sure how I'd handle it. I'm glad I don't have kids.
Yeah, you're lucky.
You don't have to worry about any of that.
You're lucky.
Especially after watching that adolescent show.
Did you watch it?
Yes, I did. We'll
Oh
talk
my-
about it coming up.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
Traffic.
All lanes of traffic I-15 southbound are stopped at Timpanogos Highway and Lehigh. Lanes, well, let's see. Actually, they had stopped it. They have reopened it, but traffic is backed up to the point of the mountain in Bluffdale. So they had stopped it. It's reopened. Things should be resuming. Moving. I was saying moving and resuming at the same time. That things should be moving better in a few minutes. How about that?
I like that.
Anything else you have, you can text us 33986.
All right. Thank you very much. We will take a break. We'll be back after these messages. Bill Frost is here to tell us what's on TV this week. Stand by for that. Also, Beat Gina on the way. All of that and more coming up.
Strange and chatty boy.
There, I looked into the file here of the letters that Kyle Brown has been sending us, and it's been a year since he's been sending us weekly letters. And I looked at the oldest one, and Kyle was, he has ALS, but he was in St. George doing an Ironman and trying to get through it while suffering from ALS. But he was still active, and he was, he had problems, but he was struggling through them, and compare that with what I'm about to read you today. Kyle, if you don't know, is a longtime part of the program. He was a participant on the program ever since he was a kid. We learned that he has ALS, which is a fatal condition. It's been progressively getting worse, and this is the latest letter from Kyle Brown. There's a saying that pain is temporary and quitting lasts forever. The actual full quote is, pain is temporary. It may last a minute or an hour or a day or a year, but eventually it will subside and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it lasts forever. That surrender, even the smallest act of giving up, stays with me. So when I feel like quitting, I ask myself, what would I rather live with? I've done hundreds of races in my life, between triathlons and bike races over a 26-year career. I quit very few of them, very few. And I regretted it afterwards and was angry with myself on the drive home. I remember bike racing so hard at times to keep up with the leaders that even my arms screamed out in pain. I've prayed for a car to hit me to take me out of my misery. The funny thing is, I could have stopped the misery myself if I just stopped pedaling. But talking with fellow racers afterwards, and the memories were well worth the suffering. Sometimes I think to myself, wow, I have Lou Gehrig's disease. I'll soon die from this. I'm that guy. I'm the other guy. I'm the statistic. That guy is me. Then I ask myself, well, how did I get here? And then I break into the song Once in a Lifetime by the Talking Heads in
my
my
mind
head. This all actually happens. It's me, but in a way it's surreal. I'm watching it happen. I'm watching me dying from ALS. Oh, by the way, how do I make 22 round-trip plane flights over the last 18 months, including 2 to Hawaii, and never get COVID? Carrie flies once and catches it. I guess I'm just kind of lucky. We hired a hospice company that came by last week to assess the situation and start setting up here. And if you don't know what hospice care is, well, they provide comfort at the end of life stage. They help you die. So my humiliation now extends to strangers. Hospice is humiliating, but this is ALS. It's death. I know it's hard to fathom all of this from hearing these letters, since I remain at 100% mental capacity. My body's weak. I don't have the strength to brush my teeth or lift a utensil of food to my mouth. I'm a prisoner all alone inside here. Life doesn't really give me the option to control my pain anymore. In a way, I just want to stop pedaling so the misery stops. But it's more complicated than that. I have almost no control in life. I would urge all of you to keep pedaling, even when it hurts. I can promise you the pain will subside, and you'll have a story to tell. Love to you all. Cheers, Kyle. Look over there.
People are asking, and you may want to talk to Kyle about this. They would like to see all of these letters, like in a book.
I know Bill's been keeping.
I've got them all. I've got them all, and we'll figure out a good way to publish them somehow. Probably just maybe online.
I bet. Well, no, I bet we could print it, and I bet people would pay for it, and maybe we could raise some money for ALS.
For ALS.
I bet there's something we could do.
I'll talk to Colleen about it and see what.
Yeah. I mean, our own Todd Newcomb, self-published author.
Yeah.
So, we could talk to him about how to get something like that published.
Yeah, I didn't count them, but there are, it's once a week for a year, so there's probably 50 of them, or right around 50 letters there. And it was interesting to just go back. I just went and found the oldest one I could find.
986.
Kit in SLC. Don't say Salt Lake.
SLC.
The cool kids say SLC.
Gee, it seems like it would take longer to say SLC.
It's just what the kids are saying. I don't question it.
Okay.
I call it the Great Salt Lake City.
No, it's SLC.
Okay. Yeah. Bill Frost brought to you by
The SLC.
I see.
All right.
Hey, wrong one. There we go. Where's my theme music? Come on now.
I don't know.
There we
working.
go.
Look,
I'm having some problems.
There it
this
is.
morning here.
It was under that.
There you go.
Bill Frost is here. He's a writer. You can read his scratchings in City Weekly, cityweekly.net.
Yeah.
He's a podcaster. It's called TV Tan.
Yes.
And you can get that wherever you get podcasts. And he's a musician. He has a band, or he's in a band called Magna Vega. You don't own the band.
Maybe I do.
Oh.
Maybe I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're not listening, so yeah.
Okay, good.
Look into that.
You can find all of stuff related to Bill Frost where?
At BillFrost.tv.
Okay.
Yeah. Tomorrow, Tuesday, a show that whenever a season ends, I think, okay, that's the last we'll see of this.
Okay.
The Cleaning Lady is
I
still
remember
around
that.
for season 4.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched one or two of those and went,
Yeah.
I mean, I like her.
Yeah,
but
Elodie Young.
I didn't care for the show.
Who is it again?
Elodie Young. She played Elektra in the Netflix version of Daredevil years ago. And she's a cleaning lady who's she's a Cambodian doctor who's, of course, she comes to America. She has to take a job as a cleaning lady. She gets mixed up with the mob.
Yeah.
And it all goes down.
And so she's sent in to clean up
Yes.
crime scenes.
Yes. Yeah.
Because she's not going to say anything.
Yeah, well, allegedly. But then she gets contacted by the feds and said, we want you to work for
Secret
us.
agent.
You have been watching.
Double agent.
She's working both sides. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the first season, again, because I like her.
Yeah.
But it didn't have enough to keep me interested.
No.
Yeah.
You know?
And followed by another show that I didn't know was still on, Alert Missing Persons Unit.
I don't even remember hearing
There
about
you go.
this.
Yeah, also on Fox and Hulu. It's about, of course, a missing persons unit.
There you go.
Still on. Wednesday, you've probably heard about this. The Studio on Apple TV Plus.
Oh, I've seen a bunch of
Seth
ads
Rogen.
for it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Seth Rogen plays the head of a vintage Hollywood movie studio, and they're trying to deal with the streaming era.
And there's tons of stars in this.
Yeah, because it's a Hollywood thing.
Yeah.
So the other people who co-star with Seth Rogen are Catherine Hahn, Catherine O'Hara, Ike Barinholtz.
Also funny.
Brian Cranston has a
Like him.
recurring role.
Wow.
And guests such as Martin Scorsese and Charlize Theron, Ron Howard
Playing
drop in.
Playing themselves.
Drop
There's
in,
a
yeah.
lot of people.
I'll watch this.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
sure.
it drops with 2 episodes on Wednesday. And
I find Seth Rogen kind of annoying, though.
he's pretty subdued in this. He's not so over the top, Seth Rogen. Also on Wednesday on Apple TV Plus, Side Quest, a spin-off of Mythic Quest about the employees and players and fans of the Mythic Quest game that we don't hear from very often. And Rob McElhaney also appears in this. And
This season of Mythic Quest, not so good.
I still enjoy it, but yeah, mostly because of Rickety Cricket from It's Always Sunny, the guy who's supposedly the boss, but really can't get anything done.
Yeah, he is pretty funny.
And it's been 7 years since Roseanne blew herself up. The Conners, season 7,
Really?
final season premiering
They're-
on Wednesday on
they're
ABC.
ending.
Yeah,
It's time.
I mean,
it's past time.
It's
John
time.
Goodman, the Righteous Gemstones is going to be over. The Conners is going to be over.
He can retire.
He's going to be out of a job.
He can sit back and relax.
Is what's her name still on the Connors?
Laurie Metcalf?
Laurie Metcalf.
Yes, she is. Yeah,
She's excellent.
she's actually the best part of the show.
She's good at whatever.
Yeah.
Just great.
On Thursday on Prime Video, Nicole Kidman has another.
What?
Yeah, Nicole Kidman has another thriller special where you're in the suburbs and everything looks idyllic, but there's evil under the surface. Yet another one of these is called Holland, as in Holland, Michigan, which is a scenic little suburb in Michigan. And she and her husband, played by Tom from Succession, Matthew McFadden.
He's good.
Yeah. There's something afoot. We don't know what.
We don't know what.
We don't know what.
Okay, do this, Nicole, and then it's
Stop.
time for a rest.
I think she's
not a forever
I
rest.
think she said
just
that. I think I saw something recently where she said, "I've done so many things lately. I'm gonna just kind of
sit back."
Well, she probably thinks she's done one show because she kind of plays the same.
One
They're all the
big
same.
show.
Yeah. And also on Thursday on Prime Video, Bosch Legacy. I know.
Bosch is still around.
It's the third and final season.
Oh, it is?
This is mostly about his daughter joining the
Yeah.
police force.
Oh, okay. Legacy. That's
Yeah.
it.
I watched the Bosch series.
Yeah.
But I started to watch Bosch Legacy and I didn't like it as much.
You're fine. There's going to be
You can
more
be done.
Bosch coming up. They have a whole Bosch extended universe coming up on
Oh,
Prime
really?
Video.
Extended universe.
Yeah.
Wow.
A whole lot of Bosch stuff.
All right. A lot of Bosching going on.
And on Friday, I had, I kind of thought this would be something great, but I don't know. Mid-Century Modern on Hulu is basically the Golden Girls with gay men.
Oh, okay. I'm in.
Yeah, it's Nathan Lane, Matt Bomer, and Nathan Lee Graham who decide to spend their retirement years living together in Palm Springs.
Okay.
Matt Bomer is 47,
I was
by the
going
way.
to say he's not retirement age.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, this is from the people who did Will and Grace.
Well,
but it has a laugh track.
Oh.
It's obviously not filmed in front of a studio audience, and yet it has a laugh track.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's bad.
But guests include like Pamela Adlon, Richard Kind. Again, he's everywhere.
Again, I was going to watch the show, but you told me about the laugh track.
I know, right?
I got to see Richard Kind.
And Saturday Night Live, hosted by Mikey Matterson on Saturday.
That's
from Anora.
Academy Award winner.
Yes. Also, Better Things, if you remember.
That's
Pamela
what I
Adlon
remember.
show. Yes.
from,
But I love that show, Better Things, and I don't know why, because all of those daughters were just little turds.
Yes, they were.
God, they were awful to her.
And a musical guest, for some reason, Morgan Wallen.
Why do they keep having him back?
I don't know.
You think they'd learn?
I think they think
he's a thing.
we're playing both sides. We're trying to appeal to everyone, but not really.
No.
Maybe Lauren likes him.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
And on Sunday on Paramount Plus, Guy Ritchie has a new series called Mobland.
Mobland
is set in London. Pierce Brosnan is the head of a crime family.
Okay.
And
my husband will want to watch this.
Yeah, probably.
British crime mob stuff. That's
yeah.
his-
Also starring Helen Mirren, Tom Hardy, Patty Considine.
Wow.
Yeah, good cast.
Yeah, what's it called again?
It is called Mobland.
And it's where?
It's on Paramount Plus.
Now, what was that British mob show from a few years ago? It was really quite good, and I've been waiting for it to come back.
Oh, yeah, that really violent one.
Yeah, really
where he was
violent.
hanging the guy over the building and
Yeah.
he was on fire.
Yeah.
What was that?
That was good.
Yeah, I think that was on Max.
It was on Max or
Yeah,
something.
okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
And also Call the Midwife is back for season 14 on Sunday.
14?
14, yes.
Okay.
Mrs. Frost watches this.
Oh, okay. All right.
And shows that I've been watching, quite liking, Long Bright River on Peacock, starring Amanda Seyfried.
Wow.
She plays a cop who has a sister who's missing.
It's hard to picture her as a cop.
Yeah, she's kind of tiny, for one thing. She's partnered up with a guy who's like 6 feet tall. So it's like, makes it even
But
more
it's good,
noticeable.
huh?
It's
Yeah.
very good. It's very bleak.
Gangs of London.
Gangs of London.
Yeah.
Sue just found that too. Yeah.
Yeah, Long Bright River is a kind of bleak, but it's really well done.
Okay.
And also a Grosse Pointe Garden Society.
How is it?
I like it.
What is it?
It is it's kind of a murder mystery set in 2 different timelines, and there's a group of gardening. There's a gardening society led by Melissa Fumero from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I like her. Yeah.
Yeah, it's moving to Fridays in a few
Death
weeks.
Spot, yeah.
Not good. So
No.
you might want to watch it while you can. And of course, The Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, I just watched the first 2 episodes.
Wow.
The first episode, I kept going, That's Bradley Cooper.
That's right. Yeah.
Huh? Wow. And it was really an excellent episode.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next one is just the over the
Back
top
to the usual.
Danny
Yeah.
McBride craziness.
Yep. Let's see. Started watching Yellow Jackets this
Oh, yeah?
weekend.
Yeah.
You know, it's been stacking up in the DVR, but we decided we better get to it.
Yeah, there's a big twist for the 90s kids stuck in the forest coming up.
Oh, there is?
Yes.
Okay. So we did that. And
Yeah.
I was watching Adam Eats the 80s,
Okay.
which was fun. But then Gina and her damn show,
Adolescence?
Adolescence.
Oh my
on
God,
Netflix.
that's a good show. Holy cow. It's hard.
It's hard to watch.
It's only 4 episodes, right?
Only
Yeah.
4 episodes.
But you don't want it to be more than that.
But it's all I
each-
couldn't see where they would cut. It's one long
No,
tape.
no, it is all one.
I heard
Wow.
one of the guys who's the
Yeah.
star of it, is there a cop?
There's a guy who's a cop.
Yeah, a British guy,
Yeah.
and he was talking about how they did it, and he said, "Yeah, it was. We would rehearse in the morning, take a lunch break, and talk about things, and then we would just go and do one long."
I mean, in the second episode especially is shows it off because it starts off with them interrogating kids in the school, and then there's this. It goes from like walking in a hallway to a drone shot.
Yeah.
That flies up above the school to
Oh.
the place where the murder happened.
Yeah. It's
And, you know-
it's amazingly technically done. The acting
But,
in it is
yeah.
fantastic.
That's the thing.
I highly. It's hard. It's hard to watch.
It is.
but I
Who's,
highly recommend
who's the dad? He's such a good actor.
He's
and
been in a million. Stephen Graham, I think is
You've
his
seen
name.
him in a million British cop drama
Yeah,
shows.
I think, yeah.
He always plays a thug of some kind.
But
you
he's
know.
one of the creators of this.
Oh, he is.
Oh yeah, and the wife in that is his wife in real life.
Oh, really? Because I saw Brad Pitt's one of the producers.
Producers, yeah.
But Adolescence.
This should win all of the awards.
And is it on Netflix?
Netflix.
Yes.
Ugh, damn you, Barbary.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's
But
hard.
because of the subject.
The
matter?
subject matter
yeah.
is very difficult.
You
It's-
see, when you say it's hard, and then you're describing it technically, that makes me think maybe people will think that it's hard to watch because
no,
of
no,
how
no,
it's
no.
done
It's
technically.
the subject matter
Easy to follow.
and it's as timely as today's headlines.
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah. Again,
Is it about measles?
No,
It made me glad I don't have kids. In the age of
I
the internet.
finished-
What doesn't make you glad?
In the age of the internet, I
binged this. I watched all 4 hours in one block.
Oh, really?
And the minute I finished it, Muhammad, my son, not the prophet, came home from school.
Yeah.
And I said, "Come down, sit next to Mom on the couch here,
And give me your phone.
Give me your phone. Yeah.
No, but it just made me want to hug my kid.
Oh, anyway. So there you go. Thank
Well,
you,
there
Bill
is
Frost.
Bill Frost. BillFrost.tv.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Traffic, Gina, please.
Things are looking good. Those earlier accidents seem to have been cleaned up and moved out of the way, and things are moving again. They have resumed. REZOO.
Resumed. I like that. Yeah.
If you see something that is not resumed and is bad, you can text us 33986.
All right. Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. It's easy to play, easy to win the prize. All you have to do is answer some pop culture trivia, multiple choice.
Easy.
That makes it even easier if it's multiple choice. So what is our prize today?
Tickets to see AJR July 22nd at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
AJR tickets. All you got to do is play Beat Gina. Line up soon. Sooner the better. 877-602-9696. We will play after some messages and a song. 877-602-9696. BigOTires.com.
I was at Big O Tires on Saturday.
What happened?
Well, because when the temperature changes a lot like
yeah.
this,
Oh, yeah, your
my
light.
light was on, and I pulled in there, and they had
pressure.
me. I didn't even get out of my car. They checked the pressure and filled them up. I was out of there in 5 minutes. It was great.
Big O Tires, and they have the lowest price on every tire every day, but even more special today, till the 6th of April, Michelin and BF Goodrich tire sets. You can save up to $160 on select sets of Goodrich tires, or up to $120 off of select sets of Michelin tires at Big O. There's a Big O tire store near you, I'm sure of it. They're all over the place, and they're your one-stop shop for all the things you need for your car. They have a healthy car special right now, $39.95. It includes oil change, tire rotation, alignment check, brake check, all of that stuff. You can make an appointment online. Just go to BigOTires.com. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Find no fools here trying to anesthetize the way you feel. This is Beat Gina. I'm Johnny Ola, here to say superb is the word. The word for Old Quaker brand straight whiskey. Old Quaker, full 90 proof, full measure, always the same rich, mild flavor. This whiskey is guaranteed 2 years old. There are vast reserves of Old Quaker being held for aging. You can always depend on a brand that is dependable for uniform palatability and superb quality. You don't have to be rich to enjoy richer. Old Quaker brand straight whiskey, available in bourbon or rye, stored in temperature-controlled warehouses. Old Quaker. Ask for it by name. Old Quaker. And now, let's all raise a glass of Old Quaker to your host, the one, the only, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
All right. The randomizer has chosen the victim contestant. Oh, Edward is gone. He knew better. Let's go to our next call.
Oh, no.
Brad is here. Hi, Brad.
Hi,
Hi, Brad. Are you ready to play?
I am.
Okay, Brad, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game, and you need it. Heads or tails?
Yeah, I'm kind of tails.
All right, coin toss app says heads.
Lie and give it to Brad.
Should we just give it to Brad?
Brad, you can start, because I know you really would like to win these tickets to see Weezer with Spoon and White Reaper live at the Great Saltaire coming on August 27th.
Really would.
Brad, this is your time to say, I don't need your charity.
Oh, take it, Brad. Because helping me today...
I'll take it. I need it.
Helping me today, I have... our old friend Punk has given me many gifts over the years, and one of them is this collection of Kiss Pez dispensers.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, for inspiration, I'm going to take the Gene Simmons one out of here, and he's going to help me.
Well, Brad, let me just get this out of the way right now. When she beats you with Kiss trivia, what are you prepared to do in Gina's name?
$50 to charity of her choice.
All right.
How about Best Friends Animal Sanctuary? How
There
about
you
that?
go. Oh, they're coming in to see us.
Yeah.
today. All right. So, Brad, the first question is for you to answer. And if you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I will allow Gina to steal the point away. All right. It is Kiss trivia because it's Gene Simmons' birthday. Brad, Gene and Paul were members of a band in the early 70s before the arrival of Peter, Chris, and Ace Frehley. What was the name of that band? I know what that is. Gina knows this one. Now, all of these are real band names, by the way, just so you know. Is it 1, the Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza? 2, Wicked Lester? 3, Pig Destroyer? Or 4, Dead Brain Cells?
I'm going to go with 2.
Wicked Lester.
Good choice.
There we go. 1 for Brad.
Nice.
All right. Gina.
Yes.
While Kiss never had a #1 song in America,
Robbed. Yes, you were robbed.
they did hit that mark overseas. What song was #1 for Kiss? Was it 1, I've read about girls like you on the back of bathroom doors? Was it 2, you've got a henna tattoo that said forever?
Mm-hmm.
Was it 3, I was made for loving you? Or 4, rock and roll all night?
Oh, now I don't know this.
Oh, Brad.
Because I Was Made for Loving You, that's the disco hit.
Mm-hmm.
But Rock and Roll All Night, that's more of a classic hit.
Okay. She's stalling, Johnny.
I know, and we don't really need the analysis.
I'm going to go I Was Made for Loving You.
Wow, very
All right, good guess. All right, it's 1-1. Back to you, Brad.
Brad?
All right.
What is the name of Ace Frehley's band when he's not touring with Kiss? Well, he's not touring with Kiss ever now, but so what is the name of Ace Frehley's band? Is it 1, Count Choculatus? 2, Frehley's Comet? 3, prisoner number P01135809? Or 4, the Accelerators?
I'm going to go with number 2.
Frehley's Comet.
2-1. Back to Gina.
Gina.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. In the late 1970s, what up-and-coming group had their initial demo tape produced and promoted by Gene Simmons? Is it 1, and these are all real bands, by the way. Is it 1, Evil Edna's Horror Toilet? 2, Penis Flytrap? 3, ZZ Top? Or 4, Van Halen?
I believe it was Van Halen.
That is correct.
The game is tied. Brad, it's back to you. If you get this one, you win fair and square.
Really?
Even though we gave him an advantage.
Okay. What was the name of the movie that centered around a group of kids that would do almost anything to see their heroes kiss? Was it 1, Splatterday Night Fever? Was it 2, Jim J. Bullock's Toenail Collection, the movie? 3, Detroit Rock City? Or 4, Love Gun?
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to go with 3.
Detroit Rock
And
City.
you win
well
the game,
done.
Brad. You know your Kiss, apparently.
Well done.
Nicely done. Nicely
Man, that's lucky.
A fine opponent you were there, and much deserved of these Weezer tickets that you're going to get.
All right. Hang on the
Awesome.
line, Brad.
Awesome. Thank you.
We'll tell you how to get those tickets. Hang on.
I've got to go. I'm on active duty in the Kiss Army.
Oh, yeah.
You've been called up,
Yes.
Johnny?
Yes.
this day, Rick Ocasek. Ocasek?
I never remember.
I don't know. I think it's
forgetting.
Ocasek.
Yeah. Would have been 81. Was his birthday. All right. Let's see. Beat Gina. Is it brought to you by?
Brought to you by X96 welcomes AJR July 22nd to Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
Thank you.
We'll get to Beat Gina in just a minute.
Oh.
But first, I'm famous announcer Johnny Ola.
Yes.
With a question for the men in the audience.
All right.
Does your wife have automobile nerves? You're driving, and she's going, "Slow up for this curve. Don't try to pass now. Look out for this side road. Be careful." She should take Dr. Miles Nervine. Don't be too hard on your wife when she tries to be a backseat driver. She's probably not trying to boss you. She just doesn't realize how her constant suggestions take the pleasure out of the trip. Chances are she's just plain nervous. 1 or 2 teaspoonfuls of Dr. Miles Nervine before she started on the trip might have made things a lot more pleasant for both the driver and the passengers.
I think so.
Dr. Miles Nervine helps to relax tense nerves. Get Dr. Miles Nervine at your drugstore today. And now here's a man who knows how to keep everyone's nerves calm. Your host, Kerry Jackson.
Dr. Miles Nervine.
Is it just for
Yes.
driving, or can I
It's-
use it for other?
I don't.
You know, my friend's on a radio show. She could probably use it.
I just know that it works very well on women.
Oh, okay, all right. Let's see. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be going up against Mike today.
Mike.
Hello, Mike. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here, thanks.
All right, Mike. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage. If you call it correctly, heads or tails, you decide.
Let's go tails.
All right. Is it because tails never fells?
Never fells.
All right, let's see. Oh, heads. Sorry.
Until it does.
Until it does.
Mike, you're one step further away from winning these tickets to AJR.
All right, Mike, because you lost the coin toss, that means you will not go first. Gina will go first. This first question is for her to answer exclusively. If she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, Mike, I know you were paying attention and you heard the question and you have the correct answer. You'll steal the point away from Gina's question if you answer it correctly. We'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. It is potpourri today, different subjects. So let's start. Gina, our first question is Game of Thrones trivia.
All right.
For what reason was Hand of the King Ned Stark executed? For what reason was Ned Stark executed? Was it 1, challenging Joffrey's right to be king? Was it 2, 40 criminal charges alleging mishandling of sensitive documents and conspiracy to obstruct the government and in retrieving these documents? Is it 3, attempting to overturn the 2020 election? Or 4, ignoring Will's warning about the White Walker's return?
Joffrey.
Challenging Joffrey's right
Yes.
to be king.
That's a point for Gina. Now we go to Mike.
Mike, a couple of Stephen King trivia. Stephen King and Frank Darabont. Stephen King says that he was genuinely frightened by this adaptation of his novella, The Mist. Frank Darabont described that as what? What Stephen King said. Frank Darabont made the Mist, heard Stephen King's comment, and described it as what? Is it 1, the moment that he realized Stephen King is a big old baby? Is it 2, the happiest moment of his career? 3, a chance to call his ex-wife and yell, "See?" Or 4, unbelievable, he still does not believe it to this day.
I'll go with number 4.
Unbelievable? Does not believe it? No, he believed it because he heard him say it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it must be the high point of his career.
High point of his
you would
career.
think.
Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry, Mike. That's 2 points for Gina. That was a steal from you, and she controls the question.
All right.
So this could be all she wrote.
Well, let's see. Let's go back to Game of Thrones trivia.
Okay.
George R.R. Martin's wife once said that she will leave him if he kills off who?
I hope I'm guessing one of the joke answers you put in.
Is it 1, Daryl Dixon? I write these for Gina. Is it?
You know, what I don't understand is that's really not funny.
Yes.
Getting a laugh.
From Gina.
Is it 2, Arya and Sansa? Is it 3, the Hound? Or is it 4, Kenny McCormick?
Well, they killed off the Hound, so it must be Arya and Sansa.
There you go.
Well, that... Oh, jeez. Somebody give that woman some Nervine.
She needs some Nervine.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Mike,
you just sucked.
But I was so pleased with that joke answer. I'm in a good mood, so I'm going to give you these AJR tickets anyway.
All right, hang on the line.
Say thank you, though.
Thank you.
All right, hang on the line.
It's you really do know how to write for your audience.
Yes.
I have to hand it to you. All right, I've got to get home. It's time for Mrs. Ola's Nervine.
Oh,
I'm going to give her a spoonful.
make sure she gets it.
I will.
Mm-hmm. All right. News brought to you by.
Experience the adrenaline, the speed, and the precision of the Blue Angels like never before on a giant IMAX screen at Clark Planetarium. Blue Angels 3D takes flight March 22nd. It started already, so you should just go there and see it. ClarkPlanetarium.org.
Jeff Bezos, and Lauren Sanchez are going to get married after their 2-year engagement this summer in Italy. And I, for one, wish them nothing but the best.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but the best. All right, moving on. According to a booking affidavit, a registered sex offender was arrested for public lewdness at a park Saturday in Sandy. According to the police, the victim told dispatch that several children were at the park while the man was hiding in the bushes and doing something, doing something to himself. Upon arrival, police identified the man as 31-year-old Victor Tapia, and he was visible from a public trail. He was sort of hiding, but not really hiding. And when the police asked what he was doing, he told them, "I'm doing this to myself." And he smelled heavily of alcohol, said the police. And during the question, he said he'd been released from jail 15 days ago for a felony charge of lewdness. He was taken into custody. So Salt Lake City, ranks as one of the top metro areas for families, it says here. Salt Lake City was named number 1 big metro for families by Lending Tree in February. The ranking was based on 7 metrics that analyzed factors families might consider when moving to a new area. This includes family income, home ownership rates among families with children, child poverty rates, older teen education status, average commute times, percentage of households with kids, and the cost of child care for infants to 4-year-olds. Compared to the other cities ranked in the top 10 on the list, Salt Lake City has one of the lowest monthly child care costs for 2 children. It's still a lot, though, $1,646 a month. The city also ranked higher than others due to a larger portion, 29.7% of households, that have kids, and 75% of those children living in owner-occupied homes. These are areas where Utah as a state and Salt Lake City really shines, said Vikanda Dez, an associate professor at the University of Utah of Consumer Studies. Is a Utah cosmetic surgeon accused of performing numerous breast lifts and augmentations that resulted in infections, necrosis, misconfiguration, and or significant scarring, entered into a disciplinary agreement with the Utah Division of Professional Licensing this week. As part of that agreement, Dr. Christopher Kelly's licenses, both to practice as a surgeon and to administer and prescribe controlled substances, will be put on probation for 5 years. He'll be required to undergo a mental health evaluation and complete an ethics course. I wish they could do more, said Royanne Morelli, a Saratoga Springs resident who faced severe complications after her breast augmentation with Kelly in 2021. I'm grateful they're doing something about it. Kelly has faced previous actions against his license in Utah, Washington, and Michigan. He's also been sued by 5 of his former patients for medical malpractice. 3 of those lawsuits are ongoing. 2, one filed by Ms. Morelli, have been settled, court documents show. I don't know why they can't just take away his license completely. It doesn't make sense to me, but wildfires forced a mandatory evacuation Sunday in a North Carolina county still recovering from Hurricane Helene, And South Carolina's governor has declared a national or a state emergency in response to a growing wildfire in that state, hundreds of miles north of New Jersey Forest Fire Service, battling blazes in the Wharton State Forest. Everything's fine, though. Nothing happening, really. With massive cuts, the National Weather Service is eliminating or reducing vital weather balloon launches in 8 northern locations, while meteorologists and former agency leaders said that will degrade the accuracy of forecasts just as severe weather season kicks in. The normally twice-daily launches of weather balloons in about 100 locations provide information that forecasters and computer models use to figure out what the weather will be and how dangerous it can get. So cutting back is a mistake, said 8 different scientists, eggheads, meteorologists, and former top officials at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. They're just interested in padding their jobs, keeping their jobs. That's all they So these weather balloons, they're very important.
Yes.
And
for anybody that says, that's okay, I get the weather on my phone.
Where do you think your phone gets the weather?
Yeah. Oh, and again, did I mention wildfires prompting evacuations in the Carolinas and in New Jersey? Did I? Everything's fine. Everything's just fine. Okay, so I don't know why they did this. There's a story here. A turkey's life came to a gruesome end on Saturday after it tried to cross Interstate 15 in Box Elder County. Got hit by a car, an SUV. This turkey did. And it says turkey versus SUV collision on I-15 leaves bloody scene. And then they've provided here pictures of the blood-stained windows and of this vehicle that hit the turkey. What? I don't.
Yeah.
Why do they do that? Nobody wants to see that. Egg prices. They're up 310%.
Everything's fine.
Since 2005.
But it's patriotic to pay that much for them.
But it's not only the only staple with soaring prices. Since January of 2005, egg prices 310%, up from $1.21 a dozen to nearly $5 a dozen, $6 in some cases. Beef prices increased 125%. Electricity prices have doubled. Inflation does not happen consistently across all household items, in part because the cost of productions vary so much. Producing a pound of oranges for supermarket shelves requires a different amount of water, labor, and fertilizer than, say, a pound of milk does, about 2 cups of milk. So, meanwhile, the federal minimum wage has remained unchanged since 2009, $7.25 an hour. That's the price of about 19 eggs. Tesla has recalled pretty much all of their Cybertrucks
for the 8th time
because they're ugly. No, because the trim comes off and drops off into the road.
It's just glued on.
They're just shoddy and ugly.
8th time they've been recalled.
Yeah.
And apparently trading in your other Teslas, not the Cybertrucks necessarily.
Just your
if you're trying to trade them in, which a lot of people are, you're not getting a very high price for them because
they can't sell them.
Car dealers are like, we've got a ton of these.
Yeah.
We don't need any more.
Would it be terrible of me to buy one? I mean,
well, you could probably get one pretty cheaply.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I
kind of like to have one.
Like I say, you get one and then you get a bumper sticker that says "I hate him too" or something like that.
And finally, a candy-loving British man who joked about wanting a Snickers-themed coffin got one. He was buried in a box modeled after a Snickers bar. Paul Broom, who worked as a care assistant at a home for adults with learning disabilities, would often allude to his pea-nutty idea, it says here.
Ho, ho, ho.
Pea-nutty idea. To the amazement of friends and family, Broom was known for his quick wit and mischievous sense of humor. The deceased's loved ones told the New Southwest News Service. His loved ones dismissed the rib-tickling request as a goof until the beloved Brit died, and they saw that he'd put his unorthodox request in his will, so they decided to grant his dying wish. They had a Snickers bar-like coffin, and it says on it,
candy
"I'm nuts."
bars are shaped like coffins,
Sort of.
I guess.
And it was said on the side, "I'm nuts," and his family said that he was one of life's true characters, and his farewell needed to reflect that. So,
all right.
By the way, the funeral arranger was the coroner or whatever,
Mhm.
funeral home director, Allie Lego.
I thought you were going to say Hershey.
Allie Lego. All right.
Whatchamacallit?
It's a barcophagus.
Oh, God. All right. Sports weather traffic.
Well, actually, our good friend Dr. Cobble was talking about this last week. Lindsey Vonn is back on the podium.
What?
4 months after coming out of retirement, Lindsey Vonn finished second in the Super G at the World Cup Finals on Sunday. She's 40 years old.
And she's got more scars on her body than you could possibly imagine.
But the reason Dr. Cobble was talking about it is we had a friend of the program call in saying they were having a lot of knee pain, and he said, he's like, get a new knee, you'll be a new person.
Yep.
And Lindsay said, I don't know why I lived with pain for this long. She feels amazing, and she's skiing amazing, and
good for her.
And good for her. Good for the BYU Cougars. Yes, I said that.
Man,
they're doing well, and they're going ahead. They're in the Sweet 16. They play Alabama on Thursday at 5:00. Utah Jazz are just continuing to tank. They lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers 120-91 yesterday. They play the Grizzlies tomorrow. Utah Hockey Club is home tonight against Detroit. That's at 7. RSL and the Royals both lost over the weekend. That's your sports. Weather. Today will be beautiful and warm and sunny, and you'll think, wow, this is beautiful and warm and sunny, and you have no idea what's coming. Wednesday should be close to 80 degrees. Thursday, 80 degrees.
Wow. But then it takes a turn for the worse after that.
I mean, not turn for the worse. We just get a cold front coming in, chance of showers Thursday night into Friday, and things cool back down into the 50s. That's weather, traffic. Semi and a car sideswiped each other eastbound 201 freeway approaching the I-215 West Belt. Center lanes are blocked. Traffic is backing onto the Mountain View corridor. Looks like that's the only accident being reported by UDOT, and I'm checking the message stream. That's where texts come in. I don't see anything there, but you can send us whatever you're seeing on the roads. 33986. Why spend stupid ticket prices for concerts when you can experience great live music for less at Salt Lake's coolest, most intimate venues? Don't miss Blood on the Tracks, a Bob Dylan tribute show, Saturday, March 29th at the State Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
All right, we will take a break. We'll be back with some geek news coming up after these. Stand by, and the Boner recap game just after 9 o'clock.
To a whole new taste with Clearwater Distillery, a distillery that colors outside the lines, producing fearless, innovative spirits such as the Renee
Armagnac.
Okay. Josephine Eau de Vie, Lorenz sugarcane-based spirit, and Scandalust cinnamon whiskey, the only distillery in Utah County open on Sundays.
Have another drink, it'll make you feel better. Have another drink, it'll feel all right.
And here he is, the sole proprietor, manager, partner, and stockholder of the Wine Academy of Utah, the one, the only, Jimmy Santangelo. Yes, it's Have Another Drink with Jimmy. Good morning, Mr. Santangelo.
Good morning. Oh, man. Super excited about Clearwater Distilling that we're featuring today. Their Scandalust whiskey. Scandalust.
Oh,
and the second you poured this, before I saw the bottle, I could smell the cinnamon the minute you poured it.
It burst right out of the glass. And what's really neat about this is a flavored whiskey. It's about 99% corn-based whiskey, aged for a number of years. And then they're steeping in just tons and loads of high-quality cinnamon sticks. There's not syrups added. There are not syrups added. There's no artificial flavoring or coloring that's added. They don't even chill filter it out. So sometimes you'll get a little settling in there, but that just means it's all those beautiful bits and flavors and things like that, if it may cloud. It will not leach when adding water. Sometimes that'll cloud it up in other spirits like Pernod or something like that. But anyways, this is the cinnamon whiskey by Clear. I just like this stuff. I mean, it's pretty good.
Unsweetened cinnamon whiskey.
Now, I went down to the distillery with you and met the people who run it, Matt Auclair and Stephanie Auclair.
Yep.
And I said to Matt, I don't really care for flavored whiskeys that much.
Yeah.
I've had cinnamon whiskeys, and and he said,
Just try
this.
it.
Just try this. I think maybe I can change your mind. Yeah, he did. He changed my mind.
He did. You haven't finished the bottle yet, so you're not entirely convinced.
It's almost gone, though. And that wasn't. We weren't down there that long ago.
It's a good argument. He's posing. Yeah.
But help me with this though, because do you drink it straight or what do you mix it with?
Great question. So a little bit of chill. This would be nice with an apple pie at a dessert, right? But it makes a hell of a Manhattan. You know, this with a little bit of Italian vermouth or sweet, whatever sweet vermouth you have. It's a stir down drink. Just stir it down. Maybe a little bitters, but I wouldn't necessarily play around with the bitters because the cinnamon adds that kind of additional component to that mixed drink. This we've even used. A friend of mine, she paired this with over the holidays, warm apple cider on the stove. She put a bottle of this. And then she had brandy. Her grandmother always likes brandy right there. And then they actually had, what's the whiskey you like? The Wild Turkey. Wild Turkey. So 101 it was. And then she said she could tell which was popular by how low the bottle got. And this won out based on people.
Excellent.
Now, this apparently, I was just looking at the notes here, Clearwater Scandala Cinnamon Whiskey took a silver award at, what's the TAG?
So the TAG, it's a global awards spirits competition every year held in Las Vegas, and they won silver in their category.
That's great. And
pretty cool.
They're such nice people. And you pointed out the Eau Clairs, that's their last name. What does that mean?
Yeah, Clearwater. Eau Claire.
Yeah.
See, and that is in fact their surname.
That's amazing. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
they're super cool and
I was directing a friend down there.
Oh, okay.
He says, like, I'm in town and I'm in Utah County. What do I do? And I'm like, well, it's Clearwater. And I think
where is the Clearwater in Utah County?
You can buy spirits from them at their location on Sunday. So you can go. They're open on Sundays.
Yep.
You can buy whiskey and gin. They make a gin and a bunch of stuff. And they also have a humidor, a walk-in humidor, and you can buy cigars there.
The cinnamon whiskeys are really gaining in popularity, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. There's a number of strongly flavored spirits. This is complete projection, but the reason is that a lot of the bourbons and aged whiskeys, those are expensive. They take time. This is a product that can go right to market right away.
Oh, really?
You know, you're creating a quick year. You can outsource that or make it yourself and do the barrel age. Steep it with some really high quality components such as this, the cinnamon whiskey, and
all right. Some geek news brought to you by.
Find the perfect gift for every occasion at Cabin Fever. From board games, playing cards, hobbies, located in Trolley Square. It's Cabin Fever.
Thank you.
I understand that Cabin Fever is so much more than a card store.
Oh, it is. Absolutely. They got candy there.
Yeah, candy, vintage candy.
Vintage candy. Now, when you say vintage candy,
it's not
old.
It's not old.
Brands that you remember that you don't see around much anymore.
That you don't see around, because I was telling Gina that for some reason on Facebook, I made a video like 4 years ago. It was like during COVID, where I opened up a package of trading card gum. It was Batman, the movie, Keaton, the first Batman movie. 35-year-old gum.
Yeah.
And I ate it and spit it out. And that I did that 4 years ago. For some reason, it's back on my Facebook feed, and people are commenting on it.
There must be some vintage candy trending something that...
I don't know. I have no idea. But it's there for some reason. Anyway, all right. Geek news. Here we go. Well, we were all sad that Daniel Craig, well, I was anyway, that Daniel Craig turned down the World War II movie based on the comic book character Sergeant Rock. He said, I can't do it. Not going to do it. So they were out looking for someone else.
Okay.
And they're currently talking to, can you guess? Anybody?
If not Daniel Craig,
I saw
who do you
this
get?
somewhere, and I can't remember who it was.
I don't know.
No?
Yeah, I can't remember. I saw it, but I can't remember who they...
Give me a hint.
Not an American.
Okay.
Which is the big problem.
Not an American.
It was Jermaine Clement. No.
It might as well be.
Who is it?
No, it was Colin Farrell.
Oh, yeah.
An Irishman.
An Irishman.
But he can do a.
Oh, he can.
He'd be good.
He'd be fine.
Isn't he busy with the penguin stuff?
No.
Oh.
He doesn't want to do the penguin anymore, unless it's in the movie. He says, I'm sick of that 8-hour makeup thing. I don't want to do it anymore. Where Sergeant Rock, he wouldn't have to. He'd just show up and put on his uniform and go do it. So they're talking to him about it. And this is under the James Gunn DC Studios situation. Said that we'll do it if we can find the perfect actor for the part. Now, the Sergeant Rock character, I mean,
I don't know much about that character.
He's
really.
just kind of an army man, basically. He doesn't have any powers or anything. It was just a comic book.
Just war comic?
Back
stories?
when war comics were popular, World War II soldier, first appeared in comics, 1959. Let's see. His comic was one of DC's longest-running books. And apparently Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger have both tried to get a Sergeant Rock movie going.
A while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kicking it around a while.
So maybe Colin Farrell will do it. Maybe. Nicolas Cage, starring in Spider-Man Noir. Now, you remember, he voiced the character in the animated version. But this is a live action.
Well, he's not going to be... Okay.
No, he's apparently insisting on doing as much as he possibly can in the costume.
Why would they agree?
Because it's Nicolas Cage, I guess. I don't know. But you know how he's one of those actors who insists on something and it has to
You
happen.
want me here? Yeah.
But the reason that this has come up is because they're in the middle of filming, and they're taking a look at the, after you shoot it, you go back and you take a look at the
dailies?
The dailies is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what kind of bugs me, is that they're saying, you know what, we should release this in black and white. And I'm like, of course you should release it in black and white. It shouldn't be released in color. It's a noir.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
And it just made me want to go back and read the comic again because it was very good. So Spider-Man Noir will air on MGM Plus someday when it gets done. Hey, if you got a little extra money lying around?
Maybe.
People always try to get you to give them their money to invest in things, and like Bitcoin or something like that. I've got something that would actually, I think, make you some money.
Beefsteak mine?
Close. We can buy the rights to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
What?
Yeah. It's up for sale.
Really?
Why would that even make it that far? You'd think
it
would be...
Says here, another long-standing intellectual property rights hit the market, drawing up major interest from producers and studios. WME shopping the rights to not only the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but Jason Bourne. See, we could invest in any one of these.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like we're getting outbid already.
Well,
Glenn Powell wants to buy the rights.
Well, how much is he putting up?
More than we have.
Are you sure?
Yeah, looks like it. Anyway, so, it was a good idea.
For a second.
For a second. Maybe here's another thing that we can invest in.
Okay.
You sent me the Shopping for Superman.
Oh, that documentary. Yeah.
That was a Kickstarter that they were trying to do, and apparently it was a couple of years ago. I don't know where that story popped up in your feed. But,
I just found it on...
But there you go. And it didn't work, apparently.
So they never did it?
They never did it.
Oh.
So this one, though, looks interesting, and I predict that if we invest in it, we will lose our money because Disney, nearly 2 years ago, Disney shuttered the Galactic Star Cruiser down in Florida.
Okay.
Very pricey, large-scale, immersive hotel experience.
It just didn't work.
It was just too expensive, and it just didn't quite work. And so they closed it.
Right.
Well, there was a historian and designer. Her name's Katie Couric. She launched a Kickstarter for a documentary called Halcyon Days, which promises to cover the ambitious launch, spectacular run, and crushing closure of the Galactic Star Cruiser. So this is a Kickstarter for this documentary.
But you're right. Disney's not going to let that happen, are
They're
they?
not going to let that out, are they? I mean, you remember ticket prices for this were $4,800 up to $6,000.
I mean, you can see where it would have been a fun idea to take your family there.
Great
and
idea.
stay but
that was just way too much money. Way too much money. So I guess we could invest in that. Finally, this. Amanda Seyfried is out there promoting that TV series.
The Bright River or whatever it is.
Yeah, Dark, whatever it is. River.
Long Bright River.
Yeah, that show that she's in.
Yeah.
And she's been saying a lot of stuff. People asking her questions about her career and whatnot. She said that she was offered the role of Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy by James Gunn. And then I remember hearing you and Bill Frost talking about how tiny she is, and I'm like, well, so is Zoe Saldana.
She's very tiny.
But Zoe Saldana could sell it.
Yeah.
She can sell that she's the most dangerous woman in the galaxy, where I don't know if Amanda Seyfried could do it. But she said, I was really scared of the idea of being stuck and painted a different color because of the amount of time it takes. It was a giant opportunity. I had just met James in person. He was wonderful. Apparently someone said he didn't remember that this happened, but it is true. I got the offer for it. I mulled it over a couple of days. I didn't want to live in London for 6 months out of the year. There was another movie I really wanted to do.
Which was what?
A Million Ways to Die in the West with Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Which she did.
Which she did instead.
That would just went down in
It
flames.
just didn't happen at all.
No.
Let's see. She says,
Why wouldn't you want to live in London for 6 months? That sounds great.
Because they talk funny.
She said, let's also remember that being part of the first Marvel movie that bombs ain't good for your career. And I thought because this was about a talking tree and a talking raccoon that it would bomb.
I can understand that.
I can understand that, but saying...
Kerry Jackson, I remember when they first talked about this movie coming out, even you were like,
oh, yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do this.
I
love this storyline. I don't know how they're going to do this.
Rocket has always been one of my favorite characters. I don't know how you do it.
You were pleasantly surprised.
There's that, but then to say that Seth MacFarlane's Million Ways to Die in the West was a better bet?
Well,
I don't know. Well, you live, you learn. Graphic.
Crash northbound I-15 Riverdale Road. The car is partially blocking the right lane, and other vehicles are having to swerve to the left to get around that. I think that is the only thing that's going on. You haven't sent anything in via text either, but you always can let us know what you're seeing out there. 33986. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State, or HasterGames.com.
All right, so we will take a break. We'll be back after some messages and a song with the Boner Recap Game. Easy to play, easy to win. Just tell us who won the Boner this morning. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, don't guess today. No. Cheat.
It's a hard day.
It is. Go to x96.com, take a look at it, and it'll say winner next to the winner, March 24, 2025. Just click on there, and you can see. What is the prize?
Tickets to see 311 live at the Sandy Amphitheater on August 17th.
311. Utah's own.
Yeah, no kidding.
311 tickets. All you got to do is tell us who won the Boner this morning. 877-602-9696. Call, play, win. Line up when you can. The sooner the better. We're going to play after some messages and
this email. I got a couple of emails, and I wonder why I got sent these.
Are they of interest?
Yes, in a perverse way, I guess. Yeah.
All right. Email of interest.
And I got this one, let's see, it came in the 1st of March. Dear Bill, claim your free box of MagTech 9mm 115 grain bullets. We're giving away our surplus ammo to the next 500 people.
Free bullets?
Right now, you can grab a free box of MagTech 9mm 115 grain. Just confirm your shipping details on the next page, and we'll send your bullets right out.
Bullets in the mail?
Yeah, except not if you live in New York, California, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Hawaii, Arkansas, Illinois, New Jersey, or D.C.
But Utah, you can mail. Can you put my address in there?
Claim your free ammo.
I know you don't have any guns, but we have guns.
MagTech 9mm brass boxer brass casing.
Well, unless it's shotgun shells, I'm not interested.
I just don't know why I would get that. And then a couple of days later, I get this. Bill, it's now time to buy your Trump knife.
What?
Trump 2024 Save America automatic knife.
An automatic knife.
Laser
How does
etched.
that work?
Well, I'll tell you in a second. Okay. Because my son has one, not a Trump one, but he has an automatic knife. Laser etched with President Trump's slogan, "Save America." It says, rapid deploy, one click, eject mechanism, triple beveled razor sharp, massive 8 inches of length with 3.5-inch blade. Perfect for everyday concealed carry.
Proceeds go directly to E. Jean Carroll.
Yes, send me the Trump 2024 Save America automatic knife, and you'll get 70% off.
Oh, there it is.
And an automatic knife is you just press a little button, and it just looks like a case.
Yeah.
And then the blade comes out.
Now, does it come out at an angle, or does it come straight out?
Comes straight out.
So it's not like a switchblade, but it.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, the switchblade was right out the top, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Some of them were.
It's kind of a switchblade, but it's a little different.
How much is it?
Why did I get this? It doesn't say how much it is. It says that I can save 70%.
Oh.
I don't think it says.
It's going to trick
Yeah.
you into getting too far into it to turn back. It's because you were a registered Republican for a while, I bet.
Yep, that's what happened.
I get all kinds of text message. When Nikki Haley was running, I got a text message every other day from Nikki Haley.
How am I avoiding that then? Because I'm registered. I'm a rhino, but I
don't get all those?
I don't get any of that stuff.
I get a text message. I got a text message from somebody running as a Democrat for Mitt Romney's seat.
Oh, you know what,
a
though?
woman.
It's probably based on our address, what gets pushed your way.
Oh,
It
this
must be, yeah.
This
Zip code.
I just clicked on the website for the Trump knife.
Don't do it, Billy.
It's coming from Trump.
You
Trump
clicked on the
organization.
website. Now they know you were interested.
You
Now
got to
they're
pay.
gonna send you more
You got to
stuff.
pay the fines and lawyers.
I wanted to see how much it was. There's a picture of Donald Trump, and there's a knife. Boom, boom. Oh my God! Make America great again. And I like that they say it's perfect to carry it, concealed.
Somebody should sell dark Brandon aviator glasses. Is somebody doing that?
Probably
they should,
because they could make money on those.
This says that this knife is a must-have for every true patriot.
must-have.
For every true patriot, and as a symbol of support for President Trump's promise of putting America first and stabbing your enemies.
How much is it that they want for it?
I'm trying to find a price, and it's on the website here.
I'm telling you, they're going to suck you into getting so far into it. You're buying
that's
it.
true. Don't do it.
Small on size, big on features. Oh, it says USA on the clip.
It's no Naf's knife, I'll tell you that much.
Amen.
Perfect for military personnel, first responders, law enforcement.
First responders.
Oh my God! And it got that. Now here's a big comparison of different knives and why this one is the best.
Well,
First responders makes me think about Festus because he got his EMT certification kind of as a separate thing.
Oh, yeah?
And for Christmas, he got special scissors that EMTs use to cut your clothes off.
Cut your clothing
and
off?
They're engraved like with his name.
Wow.
Special clothes cutting scissors.
Okay.
You don't need a Trump knife for that. You
Now,
need
are they rounded tips so you don't cut people, but you just cut their clothes?
Probably, yeah.
The Trump knife, there's hashtag Let's Go Brandon, hashtag Trump 2024. Now it's still not telling me the price. It
No.
says check availability.
Yeah,
I'm not going to click on that.
You keep clicking
Oh wait,
through.
nope. There's the price, $39.95.
That means it's a $5 knife, and the rest of the money's going to pay for lawyers and fines.
Yeah. There are limited knives left.
And self-tanner.
And Trump's pictures all over the website.
Ugh.
It's just creepy. It's creepy stuff. There's your guy, Mike Lee.
Yep.
Trying to sell me an automatic knife that's easy to conceal.
Easy to conceal, it says right there.
These next few months are going to go by so slow.
You think?
Just get me to November and then let me put all this behind us.
Get me to the church on time.
It means we got Green Day, Wake Me Up When September Ends, coming up for Gina Barber. No.
There, I've unsubscribed from that email.
Jesus and Mary chain.
Okay.
The Reed brothers.
Just like honey.
think.
If you know, you know.
Barney in Bonneville knew.
He knew? In Bonneville?
I don't know where Bonneville is. Ask Barney where Bonneville is.
Deep in the bottom of Lake Bonneville?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one came up over the weekend. Well, last night, as a matter of fact, we had some music on and just on,
Yeah.
shuffle. And it came up, and I went, oh, that's an If You Know, You Know.
Sure it is.
Right there. Let's see. Boner recap time, I believe.
All right. Do we have somebody to
make sure
play along with us
I
here?
think we do. Looks like Billy.
Hello, Billy.
Hello. How's it going?
Good. How's it going with you?
Oh, doing great.
Where are you calling from, Billy?
I'm in Layton.
Layton? What do you do there, Billy?
Layton.
What do you do there?
I just dropped the kids off from school, and then I'm going to do some real estate work.
Okay. Well, is the real estate market booming in Layton?
It's picking up a little bit.
Doing okay, huh? Good.
Yeah, not too bad.
All right. Now, Billy, if you are able to tell me of the 3 boner candidates, I will recap for you which one was the winner. You will win a fine prize, which is what, Gina?
It is tickets to see 311 live at the Sandy Amphitheater on August 17th.
Nice, nice. You ever seen 311?
I haven't. I've been wanting to for years.
It's a great, great show. They do an excellent job. So here we go, Billy. Did you hear the boner candidates earlier, by the way?
I didn't, but I cheated.
Okay.
Good.
Well, that's what I like, an honest real estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
He's willing to admit when he cheats. Here we go. Number 1, parents and students were on edge at Stansbury Park because a school bus failed to show up Wednesday, took an unexpected turn. The fill-in driver got confused, and the kids on the bus were very upset, and the fill-in driver didn't know how to explain things to them. It was just a mess. Number 1, the bus driver training program seems to be kind of inadequate out in Stansbury Park. Boner candidate number 2, this candidate would normally win, but today I'm not quite so sure. That was the title of that candidate. A woman drowned her dog in a Florida airport bathroom because they wouldn't let her bring the dog on board an international flight. She didn't have the right paperwork, so she just took the dog in the bathroom and drowned it. A miniature schnauzer named Tywin. And then boner candidate number 3, they had to take their remaining children away from them and fix things so that they never have any more children. It's this couple in Texas whose child died of measles. Died when got measles, and then that led to the youngster having pneumonia. They finally took him to the hospital. This is an unvaccinated child. This couple has 4 other children, all unvaccinated. And they said, well, it was God's will, and I don't believe we should vaccinate our children. It was God's will that he took this one from us. Those were the 3 candidates. Which one was the winner, Billy?
Number 2.
It was number 2. The candidate would normally win. I wasn't quite so sure today, but it did. It stomped. It had 260 votes or something like that. So there you go. Congratulations, Billy. You're going to go see 311. I hope you enjoy that. Say thank you, and we'll put you on hold.
Thank you very much.
Hang on.
Put you on hold. Get those tickets to you.
Oh, man.
All right.
Yeah, no, it's hard to read that story about the measles.
Yeah.
I just can't. I can't
Because
fathom
okay, and this is for religious people. If you're religious,
okay,
and you're saying this is God's will, what about the story of when God says, "Well, I sent you a boat, and I sent you a, I sent you a vaccine, and I sent you a, I sent you things to help this not happen."
It is God's will that you vaccinate your children and yourselves. God led us to these wonderful discoveries.
Yeah. And it's not as simple as saying, well, for me and my family, we don't want to be vaccinated because you're passing around diseases like this can affect other people that aren't choosing to have that. If you have babies, young kids that are too young to have been vaccinated already, and they get sick and die, and it happens.
When are they going to come up with a vaccine that you could administer to people to make them not stupid?
Nah, too late.
But they'd have to be smart enough to take it, is the thing.
You sneak into their houses in the night and vaccinate them.
That they used to say that about the COVID vaccine, though. They're going to come to your house and make you take it.
Make you take
Yeah.
it.
No, they won't.
I wish.
They should, but they won't.
I wish.
They won't do it. There are places in the world where you line up and you do what the government tells you, and you get your vaccination or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just don't know why you wouldn't want to do anything you could to prevent someone you love from getting sick unnecessarily.
Ed Brass reminds us that these people are completely socially isolated, probably never been exposed to many ideas.
Yeah, they apparently so they're Mennonites, and they don't speak a lot of English, English and German, but they live in Texas, so
yeah,
that tells you they're pretty isolated.
The internet is making us stupider.
Although I don't think they don't have the internet. I bet they're.
I would imagine.
I'm talking about the rest of the nation because we're following them into oblivion.
I don't.
Them I understand. The rest of us.
The internet, I think it made me smarter. I'm pretty sure.
Question everything, man.
Well,
chemtrails. Okay.
You know, it's really it is odd that that we. I don't like to put my faith in institutions, you know. And yet, as things have turned over the last couple of decades, I'm afraid of people who don't put their faith in some institutions.
Well, I remember when we first met, one of your jokes that you would repeat was, "The scientists will save us."
Don't worry, the scientists will save us.
And that was a joke to him.
Yeah.
And now, I think it's changed.
Yeah. I believe in science.
All right. Big boy news coming up after these. Stand by. Did you?
Another edition of Gina. I'm baby-loving and fly-hating announcer Johnny O.
Oh.
Did you know that a fly in the milk may mean a baby in the grave?
Oh, jeez.
Flies are the most dangerous insects known. They are born in filth. They live on filth. And they carry, say it with me, filth. Flies carry millions of death-dealing germs and leave them wherever they like. Flies are attracted by milk. A fly alighting on the mouth of a milk bottle or falling into the milk leaves a trail of diseased germs. Germs multiply with appalling rapidity in milk at room temperatures or temperatures of 50 degrees or above. Thermos keeps infants' milk cold. It clean. It keeps it protected, germ and fly-proof. Bacteria cannot develop in cold, pure milk. Ask your doctor. Thermos is sealed so that flies cannot get near its contents. It cannot collect germs and dust from the air. Thermos keeps liquids ice cold for 3 days or steaming hot for 24 hours. Thermos on sale at the best stores. There's only one genuine Thermos. If your dealer will not sell you products plainly stamped Thermos on the bottom of each article, Thermos will ship you one express prepaid upon receipt of price. Write for your Thermos catalog today. American Thermos Bottle Company, Thermos Building, New York. And now, here he is, with a song in his heart and a $5 bill hidden in his shoe just in case.
Wow.
Your host, Kerry Jackson.
Well, that's just for Thermos, huh?
What do you mean? And for the protection of infants everywhere from the filth of flies.
Kind of got really dark there.
Yeah.
All right. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Amanda, are you there?
I am. Hi.
All right.
Good morning.
Thank you, Amanda. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game. You call it heads or tails.
Heads.
All right. Let's see what we got. It is heads. That means that you go first, Amanda.
Congratulations.
You're one step closer to winning these tickets to catch the Barbie movie in concert July 18th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. Experience the Barbie movie accompanied by an all-women sinfonietta, which I believe is a small symphony. So live music accompanying the movie. Ticket links and more details, and I believe the tickets go on sale today for this, by the way, at x96.com.
All right. Amanda, the first question is for you. It's multiple choice. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I will allow Gina to answer the same question correctly and steal your point away. And we'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. All right, because it's Monday, we have some leftover questions from last week. And since Gina saw Dune, she might have an advantage. We have some leftover Dune questions for you. All right, Amanda, first question for you. Linguistics expert David J. Peterson helped create the Fremen language for the movie. He is most well known for helping to create what other language? Is it 1, love? Is it 2, letting go?
The language of love.
Yes. Is it 3, Dothraki and Valerian from Game of Thrones? Or 4, Jawaese, or simply put Jawa from Star Wars?
I'm going to go with 3.
Game of Thrones?
C.
Correct.
Yeah.
Good. Very good, Amanda. Good guess. It's 1-0 now to Gina.
Gina? The helmets of the Harkonnen soldiers were based on what?
Okay.
Is it 1, the heads of insects? Is it 2, Stegosaurus spines? Is it 3, chicken bucket? Or 4, the Devo energy dome?
I wanted chicken bucket. The heads of insects.
Heads of insects is correct.
It's 1-1.
I've told the story before.
Yes.
What's that?
Muhammad, my son, not the prophet, ordered an Arnold Palmer at the restaurant once, and the waiter said, "What's that?" And he said, "It's iced tea and lemonade." And the waiter brought out 2 glasses, one full of iced tea and one full of lemonade. How
Okay.
Are we
make your own?
Are we far enough away from this to ask where this was?
It was in California.
Okay, all right. Boy,
what's an Arnold Palmer? It's iced tea and lemonade.
He brought him.
There you go.
Didn't he bring him a third glass to make a mixture?
No, it was just.
Well, sip one, sip the
Yeah.
other.
Well, that's ice. That's different.
Yeah.
That's not an Arnold Palmer.
I don't know what waiter has not heard of an Arnold Palmer.
Oh, wow. All right. Let's get to some big boy news and Opinioendo, brought to you by.
Save up to $160 on select sets of 4 tires now at your locally owned and operated Big O Tires.
Thank you.
Well, it's happening.
What?
New cases of a dangerous drug-resistant fungus have been identified in at least 2 state hospital systems. Candida auris, also called C. auris, first identified in the U.S. in 2016. Since then, the number of cases have increased every year, jumping substantially in 2023, the last year of data available from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Recently, cases have proliferated in Georgia. The state's health department told local news outlet WJCL. A study published this week, which focused on the Jackson Health System in Miami, also found cases of the fungus have rapidly increased. The CDC has called Candida auris an urgent antimicrobial resistant threat because it's resistant to antifungal drugs, making it hard to treat an infection once it occurs. If you get infected with this pathogen that's resistant to any treatment, there's no treatment we can give you to help combat it. You're on your own, said Melissa Nolan, an assistant professor of epidemiology and biostatistics at the University of South Carolina. People with a healthy immune system may be able to fight off infection on their own, but Candida auris mainly spreads in healthcare settings where people are sick and vulnerable. People with catheters, breathing tubes, feeding tubes, and PICC lines are at the highest risk because the pathogen can enter the body through those types of devices. Now, when the fungus infects a patient, it can be hard to identify what's going on. Symptoms are like of any infection, including fever and chills. Another reason Candida auris is so concerning is because of how well it is adapted to living on surfaces like countertops and bed rails and doorknobs. And it's not just hospitals in Georgia and Florida. Candida auris has been found in all but 12 states, with a substantial spike in 2022 and 2023. Yep, it's coming. It's The Last of Us. Is that the way it's called?
It's a fungus.
Yeah. SeaWorld has been fined by the U.S. Department of Labor after an employee at the Florida location was injured by a killer whale last year.
Why did I think SeaWorld closed? Is SeaWorld still a thing?
Yeah, still open. The Labor Department said the employee was injured after a training exercise with the orca at the Orlando Park in September of 2024. An investigation into the incident by OSHA found that the trainer was not properly protected from hazards. OSHA issued a general duty clause serious citation for allowing employees to work in close contact with the whale, exposing them to potential for bites, struck by, and drowning hazards. There's a fine of $16,550. SeaWorld has 15 days to comply. SeaWorld has faced intense criticism for years over safety concerns for its trainers and the treatment of its aquatic animals, particularly its captive killer whales. Several trainers have been killed while working with the orcas.
So I looked it up. The SeaWorld has stopped breeding orcas.
Yeah.
So the orcas that are there are the last.
The last.
That when these die, and people say, well, why don't they release them to the wild? They
wouldn't-
can't.
They wouldn't know what to do.
They haven't had to hunt or
Yeah.
anything else. But
Jennifer Coolidge's role in The White Lotus.
Yes.
It's opening up new doors for her when it comes to her dating life. I'm so glad to hear that.
she deserves to be happy.
The 63-year-old actress reveals that playing Tanya McQuaid in the hit Max series has changed the type of suitors who approach her, especially in comparison to her playing Stifler's mom in American Pie. Even though I play a complete weirdo in White Lotus, cute guys come up to me. And this is far better than American Pie. Because people are really sad about Tanya falling off a boat.
Yeah, those gays were trying to kill me.
They did kill you.
Yeah.
That was so good for her. Kiss is.
I have a problem with this.
Yeah.
So they're
If you say we're done,
they're
we're
retired
not
from
retiring.
touring.
Yeah.
They said they were
This
retired
is-
from touring.
This is it.
They're wrapping up a farewell outing in December. After wrapping up a farewell outing in December of
Yeah.
2023,
Yeah, that
they
was
will
supposed
still
to be
play
it.
a one-off show here and there, starting with November 2025 gig in Las Vegas. So I don't care. Who cares? I don't want to see them anyway. So, the International Space Station. There were those astronauts stuck up there, so your spacecraft breaks down. Your 8-day space jaunt turns into a 9-month orbital sleepover.
I didn't pack enough underwear.
Yeah. So surely NASA has to pay you a whole bunch of money, right?
Overtime.
Yeah, no. Turns out Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore, who just splashed down after their extended vacation on the International Space Station, got paid exactly what any random bureaucrat gets for a Hampton Inn stay in Toledo, a whopping $5 a day in incidentals.
They have come
No.
out and said they're going to pay them more.
No,
they have?
Yeah.
because stories like this, I guess. No overtime, no danger pay,
No,
not
they're-
even weekend rates.
Yeah, they are. They are going to pay them extra for.
Well, good.
Okay. So maybe they could buy E.T. E.T. is for sale. One of the 3 original body models of E.T. used in Spielberg's 1982 film.
This is the one that was in the closet, hiding amongst the stuffed animals. It's just a statue.
Yeah.
Oh, it
but
doesn't.
It doesn't move. It's not
The finger
articulated.
doesn't light up.
No.
$1 million.
Maybe Neil Diamond should buy it.
Turn on your hot light. It's 3 feet tall. And, yeah. Also, for sale, what are they going to... No, never mind. It's too long to go into.
What?
Saturn's iconic rings will temporarily disappear, or did this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, in a rare celestial event that has not happened since 2009, according to Space.com. The planet's rings align perfectly with Earth's line of sight every 13 to 15 years, making them appear nearly invisible.
Huh.
Something can't appear invisible. You know what I mean?
It disappears.
Yeah.
It's there, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they mean?
It says nearly invisible. It's called the Ring Plane Crossing. The phenomenon was Sunday, and it goes on for a few days. Saturn's rings appear as a very thin line in the middle of the planet, and that's all you can see is just a thin line. So I have never seen them anyway, so I don't have the good enough telescope. Let's see. Elon Musk is going to open a Tesla-themed restaurant.
Well, it's something
What
else.
would
Something else that he can make go out of business.
What would a Tesla-themed restaurant be?
I don't know. Let's see. What is he? Well, they're going to have charging stations.
Okay.
Tesla's futuristic diner.
I want to know what food they have.
Let's see. What are they going to do?
If they have chicken fried steak, I'll consider it.
They're not being specific what they're doing.
It's because it's all shiny keys.
I don't think they're going to. I think it's nothing. There's the game of Jaws to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Jaws.
The game of Jaws?
Oh, this one really brought back some memories for me.
Tell me.
Apparently, this has been around. You know what it is.
Well, I had it when I was a kid.
Okay.
And this is the new version of it.
Okay.
Now, the old version didn't look as realistic as that shark does. The old one was kind of a cartoony shark.
Carrie's saying that shark if you go to x96.com/live.
And that's what it looks like on the game.
This is the new one. This is what it looks like. Now, what it is it's the shark. It's a plastic shark, and it has pieces in it.
Little
it's like Operation, if you think about it that way. But the bottom jaw of the shark is an elastic band.
Okay.
So
it'll snap back.
You put the junk in the shark's mouth, and then you remove it slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And you remove it slowly, and then, if you're the last person to get the thing out, then depending on the weight of the item, it closes on you and you lose.
Is there a little Kittner boy in there?
It says, let's see, 15 different accessories to fish out of the beast's belly, including an anchor, a boot, fish bones, a skull. So that might be the Kittner boy.
We didn't have that in the original game.
A tire, a lantern, a glove, and more. Fun for the whole family. Yeah, you got to get,
You can see the original game in the chat room there. It's more cartoony of a shark as opposed to this one where they've made it look like the animatronic Bruce that
Carrie,
they used in
I know
shooting.
you're not buying things.
I'm not buying
but
things.
you kind of might need this.
Maybe.
Don't you celebrate Jaws every first day of summer? Isn't that what you do?
4th of July.
4th of July. That's
every 4th of July.
Idaho Smokehouse Partners LLC is recalling 29,541 pounds, that's close to 15 tons, of Chomp's original beef sticks because they have the potential to be contaminated with foreign material, specifically metal, according to the Agriculture's Food Safety Inspection Service. The issue was discovered after the firm received 2 consumer complaints reporting that pieces of metal were found in Chomp's beef sticks. They're recalling them all. No one was injured, fortunately. And I don't know if there have been any other reports, but they're going to recall them all, erring on the side of caution. David Lee Roth is going to go on tour. I don't care.
That's all right. Weather?
Okay, so today, sunny, 67. Doesn't that sound nice?
Yes.
It'd be nice if we could just hover around in there for 2 or 3 weeks.
It'd be nice if I could just hover.
That's going to be the coolest of the next 4 days because by Wednesday we could be up to 80 degrees. Wednesday 80, Thursday 80. That changes Thursday night into Friday with a chance of showers and things cool off back down into the 50s just in time for the weekend.
Thank you.
Listen to Radio from Hell at Home when you first wake up. Just tell your smart speaker to play X96.
Dodd announcer, strung out, Johnny the Big H. Ola. And if you're suffering from coughs, bronchitis, whooping cough, pneumonia, or asthma, I have just the thing for you, Hepcats and Cool Kitties. From the Martin H. Smith Company, this is an absolutely stable and uniform product that has gained worldwide distinction through its dependable therapeutic effects. It's glycoheroin.
Oh, my.
The adult dose of glycoheroin is 1 teaspoonful repeated every 2 hours or at longer intervals according to the requirements of the individual case.
I don't know about
For
that.
children of 10 or more years, Smith Glycol is a very reputable company, Mr. Jackson. For children of 10 or more years, from 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoonful. For children of 3 or more years, from 5 to 10 drops. To find out more about glycoheroin and to receive free samples and literature right now, the Martin H. Smith Company, New York, USA. And hey, Daddy-O, tell him Johnny O sent you.
Wow.
And now, here's a man who's always said, Never look a gift horse in the mouth because damn horse breath really stinks.
It does.
Your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Yola, professional game show announcer.
That's a real product, by the way.
I'm sure it was.
Discontinued at this point.
All right. So, let's see. The randomizer has picked a contestant. You'll be going up against Jamie today. Hello, Jamie.
Hey, how are you guys?
There you are.
Jamie.
Okay. Jamie, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage. You call it heads or tails.
Let's go tails.
All right. It is tails.
Ooh, a real coin.
A real coin. That means that, there you go. That means that Jamie will go first, gives him an advantage in the game, and you will win the prize if you beat Todd. You get the first question. That means you can answer it exclusively. It's multiple choice pop culture trivia. If you get it right, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Todd to answer your question, stealing your point away. We'll go back and forth until one of you gets 3 points. All right? And
these are Blink-182 tickets you're playing for, and I need them. That's seriously.
Yes.
It's getting more difficult for guys like me to get free tickets to stuff. So
Exactly.
I'm in this for real.
And I get friends who ask all the time,
Yeah.
so I could use them too. So, all right, Jamie, here we go. First question.
Let's do this.
We have some leftover Frasier trivia we'll get to. Here, we got 3 of those.
I'm going to lose.
Jamie, the 100th episode of Frasier is the only episode to be filmed not in the studio, but out on the streets of what city? Is it 1, Seattle, Washington? Is it 2, Portland, Oregon? Is it 3, Cheesequake, New Jersey? Or 4, Ham Lake, Minnesota?
I have never seen Frasier, but I believe it's Seattle.
Seattle is correct.
That is correct. It's a point for you, Jamie. Now we go to Todd.
Oh, dear God.
Frasier's radio station that he works at, KACL 780 AM, is named after what? Is it 1, Always Carefully Listening? 2, the 3 executive producers, David Angle, Peter Casey, and David Lee? 3, A Classy Lunch? Or 4, All Cool Listening?
Knowing how bad radio is, I'm going to go with All Cool Listening. I've never watched Frasier. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, no. Terribly sorry.
Jamie, your chance.
Jamie?
Go with number 1.
Always Carefully Listening? No. It's the 3 executive producers, Angle, Casey, and Lee.
That's correct.
CL.
All right, it's 1-0 for Jamie. Jamie controls the question.
Jamie, the character Gilbert Gil Chesterton on the show was named in honor of series producer Christopher Lloyd's what? Gil Chesterton. Was it 1, the nickname for his penis, Gilbert Grape?
Can we be fined for that?
2, the creature from the black...
Six.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Listen, on Saturday, I was doing an event with Ken Sanders Rare Books.
Mm-hmm.
We get together once a month and we discuss a certain author. We invite an audience to come in to Ken Sanders and we discuss. So we're discussing this book by Willa Cather, who was a writer in the early part of the 1900s. She died in 1947, but she wrote several books. And Gina, you would love this book.
What's that?
Well, My Antonia. It was written and published in 1918 by Willa Cather, and it's a story of an orphan boy from Virginia and the elder daughter of a family of Bohemian immigrants in Nebraska. He's orphaned, and so he goes to live with his relatives in Nebraska as a young boy, and it's his experiences growing up in Nebraska. And you would really enjoy it. It's like Little House on the Prairie, kind of, sort of.
Have to find it.
So I'm reading this novel, My Antonia, and I come across this passage where he's talking about his family has 2 bulls. And one of the bulls is named Brigham Young.
Well,
and I
really?
What? That's odd. So I start looking up why is a bull named Brigham Young in My Antonia? Well, here's what Willa Cather had to say about that in a letter to her editor.
Okay.
Her editor had sent her a note saying, we have a special order of books, and they want you to change the name of the bull. She says, well, seriously, I am willing to change the name of my bull to Andrew Jackson for this edition of 1,000 copies only. Okay. I do this as an accommodation to you, the editor, not for $500. So the editor says they'll give you $500 if you do it, and then we'll make more money on selling the book. She says, but because you helped me save Antonia from Grant Wood. Well, what she means by that, Grant Wood, the famous artist who did American Gothic, there was a move afoot to have him illustrate My Antonia when it first came out. Well, she hated Grant Wood. She didn't like his art. She thought it was terrible, and she said no. And the editor stood up to everybody, and somebody else ended up illustrating it. But she says, please, when you return from Florida, write me an agreement signed by yourself and another officer of the company to the effect that the bull's name is to be changed for 1,000 copies only. My father's 2 bulls were named Gladstone and Brigham Young. I like both names, and it refers to their disposition. Gladstone was stubborn, and Brigham Young to physical adequacy. Now, I looked up, so how bulls are they really? One bull, mature bull, who is very fertile, can service at least 50 cows, impregnate at least 50 cows. So that's kind of where she's going with Brigham Young.
I see.
So, but why did the proposal to change the name of the bull Brigham Young come up in the first place?
Was it for books?
A bookseller in Utah wanted to buy for some special market 1,000 copies of My Antonia at the full regular wholesale price. Transaction would give Willa Cather $500 in royalties, which is a pretty good sum of money at the time. The bookseller pointed out that the fact that the 2 bulls in the novel are named Gladstone and Brigham Young, he said that would make the book unsuitable for my purposes, and would you please change the name? Now, there's no, I tried to find out, but they say there's really no other evidence of whether that really happened or not, whether she ended up changing it, and whether the guy, but it'd be great if there were 1,000 copies of it. I mean, what a collector's item.
Well, and I would think Ken would know if anybody would know.
He did. He said, I don't think it ever ended up happening. They didn't change the name, but I just thought that was fascinating. The bull was named Brigham Young. And it was a whole scene about the bulls fighting with each other. They'd butt their heads and fight. Said they were dehorned, and if they hadn't been dehorned, they would have killed each other. And finally, one of the ranch hands had to go out and break it up. But it's a great book, Gina.
Well,
you would really like
it. Up.
My Antonia, and then another one that she's famous for is O Pioneers. She wrote about the Nebraska, the Midwest, even though she ended up leaving there and going in, finally ended up living in New York for most of her 40 years or more in New York, and she was incredibly famous for her time. Now people don't really even. Yeah,
I don't know her name.
You haven't heard of her, but I'd heard the name.
I've heard of the book My Antonia. I've heard of that before, but
I'd heard the name Willa Cather, but I had no idea what kind of a writer she was or any of that, and she's great. Just such a descriptive writer. F. Scott Fitzgerald said when he won the Pulitzer Prize for The Great Gatsby, he said, it's too bad. He didn't win the Pulitzer Prize, but after it was published, he said, it's too bad. My book is a good one, but it pales in comparison to My Antonia.
Of course, Mike in Nashville points out Dave Matthews and Emmylou Harris have a song called My Antonia.
Of course they do.
Really?
Of course he pointed that out.
Yeah, there you go.
And a texter says you might have a new Utah word of the day there. Bowls.
Not bowls.
Bowls? Bowls.
BOWLS
Bowls.
instead of bowls.
That's nothing but bowls. You know what? My Antonia and O Pioneer. I've got to read some more of her stuff, but it's because it is just.
Well, she wrote a lot.
Yeah, I think she "Death Comes to the Archbishop" is considered one of her great books as well.
Bowls.
And she was a fascinating person. She lived with this woman whose name escapes me now for 40 years. They lived together, but never once did she ever mention sexual relationships with women. And
you mean in her writing, or
in her writing, or in her personal? Although letters, there were a bunch of letters that she and this woman exchanged over time that were destroyed. She said, "When I die, I want them burned."
Well, it's her private life.
Yeah.
All right. We will take a break, play a song, and crawl towards the exit.
I know one wants to paper.
And now a morsel of murder with Gina Barberi. Radio from Hell on X96.
No one wants to pay for this, and maybe you don't want to listen to it if you haven't had your breakfast yet. Especially if you've had soup in the last couple of days. DNA tests have confirmed that human legs found inside a refrigerator and a skull removed from a cooking pot in a home in Hong Kong belonged to fashion model Abby Choi. The glamorous 28-year-old influencer's dismembered body parts were discovered in a house rented by Choi's former father-in-law.
Leg soup.
No, the legs weren't in the soup.
Oh.
This is
okay.
Brain stew, if you will.
All right.
A large hole in the back of the skull is where the married mother of 4 was struck last month during a fatal attack which allegedly occurred in a dispute over money. The search for Choi's torso and hands is ongoing after more than 100 police officers scoured a landfill but failed to locate them. The chilling revelations come as a 7th person, an unnamed 29-year-old woman, has been arrested in connection with Choi's savage murder and dismemberment.
How many people?
7.
Are you going to explain how they all were involved?
The latest suspect was arrested in mainland China. They said the woman allegedly helped an accomplice before fleeing. So this is all her ex-husband's family. Last week, Choi's ex-husband, Alex, his father, and brother were charged with murder after the discovery of human body parts in a house recently rented by them. A pair of legs in the refrigerator. The skull was fished out of a cooking pot. And in another cooking pot, there was green radishes, carrots, and meat believed to be human flesh swimming in a liquid topped with a thick layer of fat.
Well, I look at a picture of her. I don't think there was a lot of fat on her.
An electric saw, a meat slicer, a hammer, face shields,
good Lord,
and raincoats.
This is like a movie.
Yes.
And the whole family was involved.
So this woman, this influencer, she had a lot of money. And she had a home, multi-million-dollar home, which she, when she was married to her first husband, placed in her father-in-law's name for some reason.
Okay.
Tax purposes.
They get divorced, and she's trying to, clean up her finances, and she's like, I'm selling that house, and it's not going to be in your name, ex-father-in-law. Well, he apparently did not care for that at all.
You can't blame him.
So the only choice he had was to
cut her up,
kill her and eat her.
Yeah.
And apparently the whole family is involved. This isn't just one person. They all got together and said, "Here's what we're going to do." And they went to the house and they put plastic sheeting on the walls.
I mean, they studied some Dexter and
I mean, cuckoo. So,
says here, and I'm looking at a story about it, Gina. Says her case is one of the most shocking killings Hong Kong has seen since 2013, when a when a man killed his parents and their heads were later found in refrigerators. They don't do anything halfway in Hong Kong, apparently.
Nope, they're all in. So that one's been swimming around for a couple of.
Here's
weeks.
another good one in that same story. In another famous 1999 case in Hong Kong, a woman was kidnapped and tortured by 3 members from an organized crime group. Her skull was later found stuffed in a Hello Kitty doll.
That's weird.
Well, who's going to look there?
No one. It's the last place you
Well,
look.
somebody did, apparently. Hello, Kitty. What? I just can't.
Yes?
I can't understand or can't fathom how people can
No.
bring themselves to do this sort of thing. Which is a good thing, I guess, that I can't fathom.
And this is a group of people.
Yeah.
Like, you might see, okay, one person kind of goes nuts and does something like that. This is an entire family that feels so wronged by this
Said, clearly, the only answer is
only answer.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not just kill her, we're going to overkill her.
What is this putting it in a pot? Was it to destroy the evidence, or are they really going to have Abby's soup?
There was vegetables and other things. I don't know.
Huh.
So there's that.
Uh-huh. Well, thanks for it.
So there's that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thanks. That's great.
It's just a morsel.
I don't think I'm going to have a soft serve ice cream today.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with this.
I don't know.
Have a soft serve. You deserve a soft serve.
I won't. I won't be able to think of anything else but this all day.
Ugh.
What?
Sorry.
Abby Choi.
Well,
So there's that.
there's that.
There is that. Yes. Is there anything else?
No.
No. There's that.
It's just a morsel of murder.
It's just that.
Just looking for anything
That was appropriate, I think.
to distract.
I think that was appropriate.
Yeah, just looking for.
This is totally serious.
Oh, I have a celebrity story coming up. I'll put it in the news about a celebrity who murdered someone. There it is.
There it is.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is...
Pleece. P-L-E-E-C-E. Pleece. Now, in our last episode of Utah Word of the Day, Don Criddle, mayor of Mona, Utah, was staying away from the family, isolating himself due to COVID. While talking to his son Denver Criddle on the phone, Denver told his father about a major crime that had occurred in Mona. Someone had stolen the local radio station's tower, all 200 steel feet of the KVOM tower gone. Grand Theft Audio, Denver called it. Don is still out of town, so Denver is man of the house, and someone's knocking at the door. Again, the word is police.
I'll go find out who it is, Mama. Who's knocking at the door?
Hi there, youngster. Is your daddy at home? It's pretty urgent that we speak.
Christopher Holy, it's you. You're him. It's him. You're him.
Sorry. Who am I?
You're the guy on the radio I listen to every morning. You're Captain Breakfast.
That's me, all right, Daddy-O. Captain Breakfast, baby. Loving you Monday through Friday, 4 hours in the AM, on the AM, baby. Loving you hard.
Oh, my God, that's just the way you sound on the radio. You're Captain Breakfast.
That's the name, baby. Don't wear it out. I'm here to speak to the mayor, Mayor Diddle. Who are you?
I'm his son, Denver Diddle. Hey, Captain Breakfast, where's your partner? Where's Benny the Egg?
How the hell am I supposed to know? We're not joined at the hip. We're not like, best friends, I do my 4 and I hit the door. When the show is over, I am so out of there.
You mean you and the Egg ain't pals?
That little microphone hog seems to forget the name of the show we do. It's the Morning Zoo, starring Captain Breakfast with Benny the Egg. And that's enough of that. Now, I need to speak to Mayor Piddle.
Well, Mr. Breakfast, Daddy is out of town for the moment, but I'm his son, Denver Piddle. I'm kind of the junior assistant mayor, so maybe I can help, or at least get a hold of Daddy and tell him what you want.
I need to find out if there's any progressment being done on the theft of the KVOM tower. Because as long as that tower's gone, baby, we ain't on the air, and I ain't making money.
Well, I asked Daddy about that next time he calls, but aren't the police investigating?
Maybe they are, maybe not. But the dang police won't tell me nothing. Hell, kid, I got child support to pay.
I didn't know you was married, Captain Breakfast. You don't talk about it on the show.
I ain't married, baby. Never have been.
Well, then how come you have to pay child?
Figure it out, kid, will you? And tell your daddy the...
You know.
Thank you, Kerry Jackson.
Man, we should play that every day.
Yeah. We used to.
Yeah.
That is Time Zone with John Lydon from PIL.
Africa Bambaataa.
Yep. It's a super group.
Yeah.
Super group.
Time Zone, World Destruction
is the song.
Oh, man. That,
okay.
The best.
Let's do the promo and crawl towards the
I
egg.
guess I better find that. Well. Oh, there it is. I got so many things from Gina here, but there it is. Got it.
Tuesday's Radio from Hell show has all the usual suspects. Frank Christ beat Gina, boner of the day.
Oh, let's throw in an X poll there.
At about 7:45, be ready to call 877-602-9696 and answer this question.
What's the most ridiculous way you've injured yourself?
I've got lots of answers for that one.
Don't let Bill hog all the X poll. Call in tomorrow's Radio from Hell show here on X96.
Yes, I have hurt myself in many stupid ways.
You've had adventures, Bill.
Yes, that's what it was. It was being adventurous.
Sure.
Yeah, and stupid.
All right. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Traffic is resuming.
Artie Fufkin is next.
X96. Artie